Hi-yum! And it looks like we're live!
We're live again. Oh, feels so good to be back. He thawed out again. I feel like, all this thawing and unthawing is, I don't know, it's like having a weird effect on my body. But, in good news, last time after I was like thawed out after the last show, I had a bit of a sneezing attack and a little bit of like microchip came out of my nose, right? And after that, I have actually been able to access the stuff that is being stored on my cerebral storage unit, right? I mean, obviously, I don't want to let Avi know because, I am essentially being marketed as sort of, like a sort of, a place to store all of your secrets. But you're never going to believe it, right? What it is I found stashed on my brain, right? So you know how it's like the fourth anniversary of the Ukraine war, right? Right, like
Ukraine. Yeah.
It's 4 years old. It'll be walking soon, right? Before we know it, it will have grown up into its very own world war. Oh, they grow up so fast, right? Like, I love
Sharing
watching.
Is caring. You got to get everybody involved, right? It was like when you were in elementary school and you bring some gum and you go, do you have enough for the whole class, right?
Yep. And I love watching them grow up. Their first missile barrage, right? Their first civilian massacre. And then they start getting towards the point, where they're like, their first like threat of nuclear war. Oh, it's going to be glorious, man. I've got photos of each stage and it's just great to see it like grow up to be a bouncing baby world war, right? It's beautiful. But anyway, I digress, right?
Yeah.
So I discovered on my cerebral storage unit, right, a secret phone call between Boris Johnson and Vladimir Zelensky. You want me to play it for you?
Yeah. I mean, that's very interesting. This is actually a different turn that you haven't really. Yeah, this is different. So absolutely.
All right. Give me a second.
Yeah.
Hello, Boris. Oh yes, hello, Vladimir. How are you doing, Boris? I got to say, I'm not feeling too good. It looks like there may be an outbreak of peace, and I still have so many Ukrainians and Russians left to kill. Also, where is my cocaine package? I need it for the children. Hey, don't worry. Vladimir, your package is on the way, and don't you worry about peace breaking out. I have been pulling out all of the stops and phoning other people in the network to make sure that we can still continue killing Russians and Ukrainians. And of course, we have set up your escape hatch to either Miami or Tel Aviv, depending on your pleasure. Thank you very much, Boris. That's very, very kind of you. Obviously, I have to go to a fourth anniversary celebration, but without my special package, I may not be up to it. But I appreciate your efforts to continue killing more people for our demonic masters. Oh, don't mention it, Vladimir. Anything for Satan. as I always say, don't worry, your package will be there soon, and I'll make sure, to put another one and a couple of those little boys that you like in your house in Miami. Toodaloo, Vladimir. Yes. Thank you, Boris. I'll speak to you later. I know, amazing, right? I am literally the only person who has access to this recording, apparently. So, you heard it here first.
Yeah.
Secret leaked phone call. What did you think of that?
I wouldn't want to intrude. Okay, yeah, I'm saying. Fellas, now we both know that fist is a little weird and a little off, okay? Imagine having that rattling around in your head all day. It's amazing the man can even do a stream. It's incredible. Just bouncing off the inner workings of your skull all day long. Wow.
Oh, mate, I'm superhuman in that regard, right? Like tardation is my superpower, basically, right? Like that I have sort of cultivated and grown. Holy fuck, man! I tell you what, doing Zelensky like that's like hard on your throat. Like, because you have to really get the Ukraine Yeah, how are you doing, mate? You all right?
Doing good. I'm day 2 into my fasting protocol where I can only eat between 10 p.m. and midnight to knock myself out with food. So I get to eat in 4 hours my time right now. So stirring Lent. So how am I doing? Well, can't complain. I'm having a great time. I can see why everyone does this. It's really it's really exhilarating.
It is very, very weird that as an atheist you're doing like a more hardcore Lent than most of the ortho bros. I don't know how to feel about that, mate.
I don't have a religion, so I have to really ramp it up, Right. My stuff is like, woo modern day dietary keto knowledge on top of it, right?
Yeah,
I'm not using it as like a dopamine fast. I guess I am because I'm also fasting from cigarettes and alcohol. So I'm going no food, alcohol, or cigarettes. I can break the food fast and eat whatever I want on Sundays, which is why I actually, have the reprieve and actually it'll be good for gratitude that I can actually eat a French fry on Sunday, eat some potatoes or something on Sunday. Maybe maybe even eat a cupcake on Sunday,
Ooh, a potato chip.
Yeah, right. I feel like that would be a good catalyst for story time with Fist about who is it? Who do you want to talk about?
Sorry, what?
St. Thomas or something?
You want to
St.
Christopher.
St.
Christopher. Yeah. Because he was basically like a Chad. And he wanted to join the church, and the church was all like, well, you got to do the fasting stuff, and he's like, yeah, I'm not doing that. Is there some other way I can be useful? So it's like because like the Orthodox saint stories are like full of like just like really like weird people who came to Christ. It's kind of like why I like them, because they're just so just weird and sort of like quirky. Yeah.
Well, wait until you hear about what not so erudite was saying about orthodoxy and Christianity. Okay, that clan that Andrew Wilson talked to. Just you wait and see what she was talking about it, because you were the chatter in my stream, but I didn't get to hear your feedback, except for her voice was killing you inside.
I hung out in that stream for like as long as I could before I started noticing that like bits of brain were leaking out of my ears.
You keep really important things in there, like the conversation you just have with yourself, right?
I do, right? Look, for all you know, right? Like the nuclear codes for the entire free world might be fucking stored on my brain. You don't know, right? Like, if I do discover that they've been stashed there, then I will be, I guess, like confronted by a moral dilemma. Like what do I do? What do I do with this knowledge?
Battling back at dude, I was thinking, how long is he gonna talk to himself on stream for? That was a good run, dude. I've asked you if you've taken improv classes, and you're just a strange guy. It's really what it comes down to.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know, right? Like it comes from this deep well of retardation that dwells within me, right? It's like my autism and my retardation are sort of joined at the hip, right? They are consubstantial to each other.
Do you think it comes from vast periods of silence and not talking about these things, so you have an unlimited well of energy to be able to just blur things out?
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. I've been doing this kind of like tarded stuff for like years. It's just only that like when I started working with you that we got more viewers. So it's like YouTube is kind of like a mushroom, right? Like you got to like lay the mycelium, for like 3 or 4 years.
I don't even want to. I don't even want to show you guys the first stream that we did. That was like a test stream. I don't even want to show it to you. It was in probably like September, and I was like, "Let's do a podcast." And then I was like, "Well, he streams, so we might as well do a stream." And I didn't know he was Orthodox. The first or second stream that we did, and I at one point I asked him, I was like, have you like taken like improv classes or anything? Because you'll just say like crazy shit out of nowhere. And he's like, no. I was very taken aback by that, because he never tells me what he's going to do at the beginning of the stream.
everything I know about improv was from that one BoJack Horseman episode. I don't know if you like ever watched BoJack Horseman, right? That one episode where like Todd gets kidnapped by the improv people. That's everything I know about improv.
It's a bunch of lib polycule people. You're not missing a whole lot. I've taken improv classes. Okay, not my best years. You really don't want to hear those stories.
So what have we got on the slate for tonight? I believe it's going to be a bit of a kosher offering, right?
Yeah, Tyler Oliveira. We didn't cover him covering the welfare in the Mooish neighborhoods in New York City or New Jersey, wherever it was. But why we have to cover this is because they're taking over, baby. And Tyler Oliveira uses words that we use to their faces, okay? Oh, boy, does he go in on them.
I mean, wasn't America promised to them 3,000 years ago? I'm pretty sure
I read that joke. He literally uses that joke in his video. I hope it's in there. This was released like 16 hours ago, so I had to do some. I've watched it twice and tried to clip as many things as I possibly could to show everyone as much as I possibly can, instead of just sitting there watching the entire thing. Everyone, after the stream, go and watch it. Watch it a few times. There's a high replay value. It's absolutely incredible.
You know what I want to know, right? Did you actually watch all 8 hours of that insane interview with?
I watched it. I watched all 8 hours 3 times, every time at 0.5 speed, just to make I got everything perfect into my brain.
No,
of course not. No. You think after 7 hours, I'm like, well, I just scraped the bottom of the barrel. I made a video when it was out for like 8 hours.
your autism is strong, mate. Right, proper strong one, right? As they say.
I never listen. I'm serious. I'm serious now. I never listen past 1.25 speed. I don't even listen on 1.5 speed. You miss out. You miss out on some key authenticities listening too fast.
I find 1.25 speed is good. I listen to quite a bit of stuff on 1.25. I don't feel like I miss anything. I find
I only do when I'm editing. Just in my normal life, I listen to everything at 1x speed.
Because some people I listen to, like, they just talk quite slowly. Right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
And so I'm quite like I'll get this thing where my brain is like going faster than the person speaking, right? So I bump the speed up, and and then they sort of like match up, and it's like, oh, that's nice, it's comfy, I kind of wish there was like a way to like enable like the old school way that they used to speed up stuff, so people start sounding like chipmunks. I feel like that would like be fucking hilarious, but oh no, they use the modern thing where they like downscale the pitch at the same time. Gay.
yeah. You don't want it to. You want the voice to go lower when it's slowed down and then higher when it's sped up. Very classic, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, a YouTube thing. You're like, like it's like
New York. Dude, there's some people. There's Destiny orbiters. There is a Destiny orbiter that I haven't talked about. I think his name's Non-Fun. Okay, I was making a Destiny video, and I had him in the video, and he was listening to Destiny debate someone at 2x speed for like content, and then he's like commenting. I'm like, you're not hearing any of that. There's no way. There's no way you're taking in any of that, and you know what's going on.
Yeah. Well, shall we start? We've got some Lindsay tardation, and
sure.
But I think first, Ardent, our mod supreme wielder of the Banhammer, he wants some cheap advertising, and that's fine. We are all about the cheap advertising. If you want to show your stuff, just send us cheap.
We know how it is.
We ain't fancy. Ardent Party for 2 Canadian loonies. Thank you, mate. Cheap ad. New vid on YouTube, X, and Rumble by the end of the show. Ooh.
All right.
What's it about, Ardent? Right. So, apparently, you know who this person is. Well, hang on. We got a couple of more super chats.
Sure.
Wait. Is that no? Wait. Hang on. Sport Nugget. For $2. Hello, LSD and Farty. Thanks for the content.
Hey, no problem. You are welcome.
I don't know how I feel about being called LSD. I mean, I don't know. Right?
Would you rather be called Farty? I mean, but between the two right now, you're complaining about yours. Okay, really?
That's actually a sort of in German, right? Short for Vater Fatih.
Ah. Oh, look at this. This is good. This is nice. This person's from New Jersey, and they've been to Lakewood a few times. It's crazy down there. That's going to be interesting. Very interesting for you to watch.
It's
first-hand account.
It sounds weird, man. Like, you know, when I was at Newark, there was like a whole bunch of like Hasidis there, like, and I'm waiting in line. And they're literally exactly how you would expect. They're like arguing with like the immigration people and trying to like cut in line and like just every.
It's just like with the Muzzies in Minnesota. Yep. It's they're competing against each other for resources.
Yeah. So let's see. Another person who is competing for resources on our brain, of course, is friend of the channel, frenemy of the channel.
No, he's a friend. He's a viewer.
What you mean, Cody or James?
James.
Yes,
no, Cody. No, dude. Cody. You know what? Just click on Cody's name.
Okay.
Click on his account.
Okay. Let's see what we've got.
Sure.
Here,
just scroll through it. I'm doing this cold right now. Just scroll through it.
Redeeming the West.
Yep. Keep going.
Let's
keep
see.
Scrolling.
Keep
going.
What is this? The apostles were certainly not afraid of evidence, yet we noticed they never argued on the base of it. What this guy's like pretends to be a Christian. He's a Christian.
Keep going. Keep scrolling. Keep scrolling. There's a James Lindsay of obviously keep scrolling.
What Candace Owens is a monstrous evil. Apparently, I didn't save it, but someone was spreading like a Hasbara doc around Twitter, saying that like that's like the new talking point, basically, that Candace is Shub-Niggurath, essentially, right? Like she is the Lovecraftian horror, and if she is not destroyed, the gates will open from the plains of Leng and release Dread Cthulhu into right, like, you know, like I mean, I don't know, mate, right? You know, but
either way, on any given day, he will post that James Lindsay is right over and over again. Okay, this reposting Seth Dillon. This is one of your premier Lindsay-ites that doesn't actually like, and you know how there's like Lindsay-ites that go and make actual content like Mikhail Olsen. This is like an ex-dedicated Lindsay-ite. Is how I would describe him. But very loyalist.
But is he an enlightened Lindsay-ite?
Yes. 100%. This is beautiful. I haven't seen that. What is this? So, I was just saying he does. James Lindsay is right all the time. I could find the post.
I started working on. I've been talking to Patrick from Limiting Principle podcast.
Yep.
Shout out Patrick. And he did like a whole 15 minutes on this, which is very, very listenable too. I would recommend it. And so I started doing one of these memes, and then he tweaked it a bit and put like the jar in. I think this is great, mate. Right, the enlightened Lindsay-ite, and it is in response to this. Okay, right. So we're back. Do you wish you were smarter? Then read what James posts. Start with the following post. It is an essential point I'd like everyone to think about carefully. If you're not sure what any part of this means, or why it is crucially important, then you might need a major reframing, almost like an operating system update, in order to be able to accurately interpret your observations of today's political discourse. I can help, but I can only help people who know they have a gap. So essentially, right, what he's saying is that there is a sort of knowledge available only to the elect, right, that has a particular quality of understanding a secret about reality. I mean, I don't know, mate. It sounds a bit fucking woke to me, is all I'm saying, right? Like, I mean, or a bit Gnostic, possibly.
There you go. Gnostic, sure.
Yeah, so we have the enlightened Lindsay-ite. Patrick thought this up. Very, very quickly. Okay. Right.
This is Cody LeBeau, his profile. James Lindsay was right all along, and he makes like specific memes for how right James Lindsay
that is so cringe.
Seems like a good time to ask.
No, zoom in up the space meme. I need to see it in all of its glory. Click on that bullshit. Oh my fucking god.
Does that even make sense?
Oh, I need that face.
It's so postmodern.
James Lindsay as the smug jack. Oh, mate, I'm in love. This is fucking.
And James Lindsay was right. It's starting to look like James Lindsay was right. Now, these are just the only ones. Look at this. He makes his own James Lindsay was right memes. Okay.
Oh my fucking god.
Now, I will have you know, I can collect more. This is only when he's texted James Lindsay was right. Okay.
Right.
This is not the ones that he just posts with a meme that says James Lindsay was right. I cede my time and pass it back to Fist. There you go.
Well, that's amazing. I need that. I need you to send me that meme with the smug face. I'm feeling a meme journey.
Very inspiring.
The enlightened Lindsay. Actually, I think it was Think Before Learning that actually called it like the enlightened Lindsayite. Shout out. I'm gonna reframe. Ooh, needs secret Gnostic knowledge to understand him. Claims to hate Gnosticism. Transcends the wizard circle. The issue is the revolution, unless it's an issue I care about. This is something that Patrick goes into like much more detail, right? But like Lindsay's always talking about how the issue isn't the issue, it's the revolution, unless it's an issue that he cares about, and then all of a sudden it isn't the revolution. Fuck whatever. Refuses to acknowledge that Gnosticism is mooish, obviously. And if you don't agree with me, you're woke. So BTFO'd, listeners, right? If you don't agree that Lindsay was right, that's what you get. You too could be a post-war liberal soy face.
They love saying they get a dopamine drip from saying James Lindsay was right. And they're like in their 30s and 40s and 50s, these people. It is the utmost. You thought like nose ring colored hair was cringe, okay? Nope. The Lindsayaites could look like me or you, but how they act on the internet is even more cringe than comedy somehow. It's really impressive.
Well, you know what it is, right? At its heart is a love of legalism and proceduralism, right? So it doesn't really matter like what actually happens as long as like the law is followed, as long as the process is followed, which is a very mooish take, actually, right? To worship the law itself rather than what the law is supposed to do, to worship the process rather than the outcome that the process is supposed to enable. Right? Because if you worship the process, by definition, it doesn't matter if the process goes crazy and starts killing people or, inviting like a billion Bamalians into your country. You're like, but the process. So, yeah, gay. Really gay. Is all I have to say about that. Wait, so what else have we got? Oh my God, did you see this? Speaking of...
No, I'm banned on X for like 30 days, so I can't see anything.
Speaking of Clandis ovens. I love it. Laura Loomer is like absolutely sort of on one. Apparently the Tucker cost is reaching its final denouement, right? The end of the Tucker Reich is within sight, allegedly, right?
This is like... Talk about cope. Talk about the definition of cope where you have to like post this to try to will it into reality.
Tucker wants to turn your grandkids into lampshades.
That's talk about just validating what they should have just tried to ignore and swept under the rug. They should have just tried to do that.
It's so freaking psychotic. I hope you will turn Tucker's career into a lampshade first. How? Right, what are you gonna do? What, you gonna missile strike his studio? Right?
I know, but they really shouldn't try to co-opt the lampshade thing. They really shouldn't try to do that. It's you can't, you can't, dude. Poor Lord Finkelstein. I honestly feel bad for the guy.
I know. Don't feel too sorry. His sister's the one who's pushing the whole like we need more migrants in the countryside because it's too white, and she's like high up in the Labour government. So. He's hardly but I mean, like I feel like Lamp Shady needs to like do like a Tucker appreciation song or something, you know what I mean? So apparently, right, like this is the gossip. Apparently Tucker went to see Trump, right, to dissuade him from launching the war against Iran, which is going to be great, by the way, right? It's going to be the most awesome war. Nobody on our side is going to die. We have such incredible weapons. We have, of course, the Mooery space laser, most powerful space laser that there is. It's going to be glorious. Of course, it's not really like, it's looking like it might be going a bit Amstrad bros, right? And apparently, right, after Tucker saw Trump did not come out and publicly denounce him. Can you believe the anti-septicism of Trump to not come out and say that he denounces Tucker Carlson and all of his works?
So now, just so we're clear, this is not canceling. However, you will be condemned for not condemning, right? That's how it works.
Yeah. Well, I mean, presumably, right? Like, the way it works is like you get like Trump to condemn him. And then you're like, well, you did condemn him. But really, you need to go further. We need to do something about this, right? Like, and, then you're like, put the pressure on, get the intelligence agencies. Like, I don't know. I mean, there are reports that Netanyahu, like, started threatening his family. I mean, that sounds like bullshit to me. Whoever heard of these people going around, like, threatening people's families?
Well,
right?
Well, you'll see later that it's not threatening people's families. It's just buying up the property, having your own people on the school board and in positions of power. And then, with those people in positions of power, they can follow the law, but follow the law extra for themselves. So completely different than what you're talking about.
Listen, man, right? Being chosen means that, the usual rules don't apply to you, right? That's the best thing about it, right? You got a whole other set of rules, right? That you can, like, lawyer your way around, right? Like, that's the great thing.
It's the American way.
Well, it's certainly the Mooish way. Right, we've got a few more super chats. Excuse me. New GM for $10. Thank you very much.
Well, how you doing, fella?
As it's Lent, there will be no kipper buttered. Will you settle for a nice banana and grape schmear? Well, yes. Thank you very much. That sounds.
No dairy, but I'm pretty sure banana and grape, which would fit in quite nicely into the traditional Orthodox fast.
Mate, I can't quite do the Orthodox thing because I really don't like fish. And then,
the
like,
diet,
all the days where you're, like, supposed to, like, not eat any oil at all, so you can't even have, like, bread with butter. And when I try and do, like, the I don't know, like, lentils or whatever, like, my system just rebels.
Same.
Doing it for so long.
I can't do just veggies. But so you think that mine's difficult? I get to eat steak, eggs. I get to eat meat. I get to eat dairy. I just can't really eat carbs. So, I mean, for me, that's preferable. That works for my gut. If I couldn't have, like, oil, it's almost like you want to know what it is, because, I mean, the times were different when these, rules were made, right? So if you talk, let me educate you, Fist, okay? If you talk to your priest, okay, he'll explain to you, your dietary restrictions, what you shouldn't do. You see, Fist, it's a decentralized religion, okay? It's very personalized to what you want to do. So it's not super strict.
No. It's fine. It's fine. I got a dispensation from my priest. Now, look, I was doing carnivore and keto for, like, years. I just sort of, like, went off it a little bit after, like,
it's not fun.
Like 5 years, because I just got so bored with my diet.
Dude, were you looking trim?
I was and it totally really helped my brain.
Yeah.
Because I think sort of a life of sort of, like, loose living had not been good for my brain, and just getting all that, like, fat and meat, and just nothing else for, like, a couple of years was really, really good.
Well, it's called autophagy, especially when you're fasting, where your body starts eating the essentially waste. It's cell regeneration, which is why it's good for a bunch of ailments and whatnot. So I've always felt good when I do it, but it's hard to just make myself do it because it's a rather extreme fast. So I figured, what better time, especially when the channel's going well. I want my energy to be up. I want to be able to perform for the fellas more, try and crank out more content, try and see how far I can take this thing, because my cup runneth over.
No, so when I'm fasting, I'd just rather just not eat. than like eat
Right.
like a ton of vegetables, because like, you know, if I don't eat, my body's fine. But if I eat like a whole ton of vegetables, my body's like, what are you doing? What are you doing to me? Right. Okay. So a couple more super chats. I don't know, we just veered off into dietary talk there.
Hey, that was Flint talk, technically. Okay.
Yeah. Sport Nugget for another $2. Thank you. For what it's worth, that was ISD, not LSD. Oh, well, that's nice. I don't know what ISD means, but you know.
Yeah, and mine was different too, right? Yeah. Tell me what mine really was too.
Testing for $2. You can all stop panicking now. I'm actually here. Oh,
why? Where did this start? Why are people like this? I don't know. Mate, I don't understand.
Mate, I'm so glad. I was telling you before the show how nervous I was. Like the testing hadn't showed up yet, right? I was like, oh my God.
Is this a thing that I don't know about, or is it just my peculiar brand of odd fellas?
The Silver Sephiroth for $5. Thank you, mate. Did you all see the post from Iran that if they get attacked, they'll wipe out Mooland? I saw that and went, promise. Yes, we will be covering that.
I swear. Are we live like an hour before the show when we're discussing what's going to be on the stream, and like fellas in the chat are actually like watching that? Because I swear, every time.
No, we're plugged into the hive mind.
You are,
right?
Yeah, we heard you talking tongues, essentially. Okay, right? Don't put that on me.
Yeah, I mean, you're too gay.
My cheeks are safe, okay?
To the hive mind. Isaac, hey man, how you doing for $5? Another cryptic message from Isaac. Sup, Artie and Fist, how are you? ASH, $14.88. Save the White Heart Race Blood and Soil Auction House. Please like and subscribe, all ye viewers. 6 million cookies are not possible right now, but I can do 271K. Oh, that's nice. Look, I'm sure even 270,000 cookies will put a dent in the hunger of the viewers. So thank you very much for that.
You read that as Blood and Soil on my solo stream. I read it as Blood and Brown and didn't know what he was talking about. And the entire chat saying Blood and Soil. I'm like, yeah, Blood and Soil, whatever that means, whatever you're talking about, sure, yeah. I had no idea. And then he told me after, and it's really embarrassing. So listen to my solo stream if you want to hear that. My embarrassing.
No, mate.
That.
Blood and Brown is what you get after like going to a really dodgy taco restaurant, mate.
Or just eating vegetables. Yes.
Waffle for $10. Hey, mate. Good to see ya. They're God's chosen people. They just forget to mention the second part. Their God is Satan. I don't know if I can comment on that, but you know.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Everyone's gonna be, I'm a liberal, okay? I want everyone to make their own interpretation, their own judgment of what's going on, okay? So I mean, we will be showing that in a couple hours, but it's really compelling evidence.
Theologically speaking, right? If Satan is real, there must be a people that follow him, right? I mean, it stands to reason. If only someone could, figure out who those people are.
Nope, there's just the devil. That's it. Sorry, dude.
How they're in the Epstein files. Testing again for $2. Thank you very much. Are you keto and intermittent fast too, Artie? I lost 40 pounds. Oh, man, congratulations.
I know, the meat falls off the bone, which is why I'm eating at night so I can go to sleep, really knock myself out. And every Sunday I can eat whatever I want just to keep me at a regular weight. Because otherwise, when I was eating 2 pounds of meat every single day, and I got down to 144 pounds. Now I walk around at like 5'8", maybe like 165, 160 is comfortable. I was like, I need to stop this. This is working way too well. So that's why I have the, it's not because I want to eat an Italian sub on Sunday. It's just to keep the pounds on me, Nothing to do with my weakness and cravings.
No, carnivore was amazing, right? Like, I mean, if you can hack it, right? It is like fucking amazing. Like, would highly recommend. But I personally, I couldn't stay on it for like more than, I don't know, 3-4 years, something like that.
That's the thing, though. I need a schedule so I'm usually done streaming by 10 p.m., right? Otherwise, it would be difficult to pick a time. Yeah.
King Spectre for $5. Hey, man. Would the real Lamp Shady please K-Vetch? Fucking YouTube filter making me spell like an idiot. Listen, Spectre, right? What you need to understand is that the censorship is hot housing our ability to make new language, right? Like, just think of it, right?
White men are inventive, okay?
I have started thinking that this is actually like why language changes, because the way they tell you is like, I don't know. I reckon it's censorship. I think censorship is the greatest spur for new
Oh, yeah.
developments in language, right? I mean, unless you're black, I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Or
with it.
Mooish, they because they just change words when they don't. Like, they change the words. Okay.
Yeah.
The meaning is still the same.
But
And so we're forced to do that.
But that's to get around like stuff, like not to just be able to actually speak freely. It's sort of different
Right.
kind of like thing. Okay, so you've got like a thing to
Yeah.
start, haven't you? You're gonna like torture me with this weird Canadian bint, right?
So I had a solo stream, and I've compiled a short compilation of how that went and what I was saying leading up to today.
Okay.
Newsfist says, "Oh my God, listening to Women Challenge Impossible." Well, I'm gonna force you to listen to a portion of this on Stream Tuesday. So this is just the pregame for you. I think I just heard Fist scream from across the pond over what she just said. So let me just play that one more time.
Roe v. Wade, Brown.
So he was right, fellas. It's an 8-hour conversation. You boys got timestamps, so we got some ground to cover. Don't worry, Fist. There's going to be plenty for us to cover on Tuesday. Don't you worry. I know you're worried. Don't worry about that. I got you covered. Look at after the closing statements. Look at it's the whole. There's another fucking 3.5 hours after the closing statements.
Oh.
That is legendary. And that's why I got to force Fist to watch some of this stuff, because they do get into some more religious stuff that I need to hear Fist take on for Tuesday. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Why must you
jot
beat
down
me?
this timestamp? Fist is in bed right now. He's across the pond. No one tell him. Everyone has to promise not to tell him. I need to get his raw reaction, okay? Very quickly before I forget. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord, that's going to set him off. I'm going to piss him off good and proper on Tuesday. Let's hear that one again. Okay. So, now that we have that.
Well, it's nice to be thought of, right? Even if it's in kind of like, you know, different ways to be mentally tortured. You know, I mean, you know, it's nice. I appreciate it.
So let's get it started. Let's blast through this.
Yeah. So here,
What's
we
happening
can make this
here?
super easy. We can make this super easy then. Is changing the First Amendment immoral?
No, but I think it would make
No.
the country worse.
So it's an amoral system.
I would argue like it's probably immoral because probably the people doing it, right? Like which people want to change free
Who
speech?
cares?
Was it?
What
Was
would
it?
make what would make it immoral?
She doesn't understand the difference between immoral and amoral. Like I'm serious, right? She thinks they're both the same word, right? Amoral is to be without morals. Immoral is to be like against morals. Like,
Yeah.
oh, fuck's sake.
Well, the context and the individual who's doing it might make it immoral or not.
Yeah, but in and of itself, it's not.
It might be, right? Things are relative.
Okay, so in and of itself is not relative anymore because it's just in and of itself.
So I am a moral objectivist and a relativist, right?
What?
Ah!
Oh, I'm sorry. You okay? Did you hit your toe?
Ah!
Did you hit your knee on your desk? What's going on over there? You all right?
This is causing me physical. So what she's saying is she's a deontological ontologist. like what the fuck does that? Like, oh my God, it's like saying you're a Christian Wiccan or some other kind
Right.
of like retardation.
Now that was just to lube you up, okay?
Oh my God.
You're gonna wish to go back to that in the next 12
There
seconds. Here we
are
go.
forms of Christian ethics which you can impose on people.
Well, you shouldn't impose it because it's specifically Christian ethics, but you might agree.
Why not?
Because again, you shouldn't impose Christian ethics on non-Christians.
Why not?
Jesus doesn't do it.
Wait a second. I'm confused.
You all right? Hold on. We're not gonna hold on. You have to no, Fist. You have to wait, or we're not gonna get just sit on your lips. Sit on your lips
going.
for a second. Hold on.
Okay.
You're saying that the apostles, that when they were like, let's take Paul for instance.
Sure.
Okay, when Timothy, you're obviously you've read Timothy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you familiar with what happened with Timothy in the cult of Artemis?
Is this like pop quiz style debating, or is this okay?
No, I'm actually asking.
Okay.
Are you familiar with what happened with the cult of Artemis?
Nope, I'm not.
No. Okay, so
Do you want to tell me though?
I'm going to tell. Yeah, I'll tell you. The cult of Artemis.
By the way, that's how you react to these types of questions. Is normally and
Okay,
admitting when you don't know things.
So anyway.
Just as a heads up.
Okay. Anyway, the cult of Artemis was a fertility cult. and it was essentially really pissed off that Christianity was taking off.
Mhm.
And it was because they had a silver trade. And that silver trade, they were making basically mock statues of their religious figures.
Okay.
And so they were doing everything that they could do to undermine Christianity. And a lot of them, because it was a fertility cult, had priestesses, and they were trying to subvert Christianity, which is where you get 2 Timothy saying that I don't like it when women speak in church, right? The whole idea there was that a lot of these women were fertility cultists, and Timothy was asking for help. But at that time, Timothy had a massive flock and was definitely, because they were diametrically opposed to the government as persecuting Christians, was definitely ruling the Christians, definitely ruling them.
Are you saying so they rejected Roman occupation, they were shirking it, and they were only imposing Christian law, or were they telling Christians how to act? Because telling Christians is totally fine. A church, like the Pope, telling fellow Christians how they should conduct themselves is exactly what the church should be doing. But the church should not be going, hey, secular people, you have to do this same stuff too. That's not what explain why like the Russian Orthodox Church is such a bastard. So you're saying
Symphony Church
is for
okay for them.
My response is this is disanalogous. What's disanalogous between these two things?
Well, because I asked you about politicians, you said no.
Sure, I'll say fathers aren't statesmen.
So that's okay for them to do it?
Potentially, yeah, within their household, yeah. As long as it's not abusive. Yeah, as long as they're not being abusive.
Why is it wrong for them to do it at the state level?
Because at the state level, that's not what the church is for. Statescraftmen is for politicians, and church things.
The state is also there, or the church is also there to help with moral information.
The Eastern Orthodox agrees with me, right? Symphonia.
Yeah, Symphonia is a blending, actually. It's a blending of church and state.
Okay, so you're saying they don't disagree with me, which would probably explain why like the Russian Orthodox Church is such a bastardization of the faith.
The Russian Orthodox Church?
Yeah, I mean,
burn that woman.
What?
I mean, fuck, you really got to piss me off, aren't you? Why? Oh, mate, look,
all I know is she's lying and stupid. That's all I know. I don't know why I couldn't argue against her.
God damn it. But she's arguing against the concept of the church being involved with the state. The problem, of course, is that the state winds up adopting a religion anyway, right? Like,
yes.
I mean, I've explained this to you. Religion is like a deep sort of like structural thing within humanity. And if you don't pick one, right, if the state doesn't pick one, then someone else will come along and give them one. And in the West, that thing winds up being communism, essentially, or Judaism, really.
I've vocalized this many times with the concept of Joel Webben bringing up blasphemy laws. And it's like, well, if we don't have blasphemy laws for Christ, we end up no matter what, there's going to be blasphemy laws. And this is why I go at the kosher centrist so much. The bottleneck is because they want to prevent you from doing anything. Go, oh, don't be careful. They want you to be careful. What if we have blasphemy? We already have blasphemy laws. They always go, well, what if it already is that way, but with people that you don't want to have any power.
Oh God. All right. Keep going.
More.
We know, for example, what Kirill is like not excommunication, but he's basically just not talking to the church because they allowed Ukrainians to have their own Orthodox church, the ecumenical patriarch, right? And the reason that they did this is because Kirill, who's just an ex-KGB agent, is insisting that the Russian war is a holy war, right? So yeah, if it's the case that Eastern Orthodox actually is for this and they want to go back to the Byzantine, I'd say, well, it makes sense why Eastern Orthodox is such a weak branch of Christianity.
Okay, but I don't.
And Russian Orthodox is the worst version.
I don't know what this has to do with the view.
Russian Orthodox is a great example.
That is so fucking retarded, right? Like,
is it?
The whole thing about the Ukrainian Orthodox Church is that it was taken over by the Ukrainian government, and tons of Orthodox, like Russian Orthodox in Ukraine, got suppressed. That's why they banned the Russian language in Ukraine, and it was like it's a whole huge thing. Oh, listening to Woman Challenge impossible. Oh God.
It's not just any woman though.
Oh God.
Hold on. It's the video is so long that it punishes me for scrubbing. Hold on. I got it. I got you.
You know, Joe, please.
Songs of Solomon is.
So I don't know a lot about exegesis.
Yeah, exegesis.
What's exegesis?
Exegesis is like sort of like a religious writing, sort of generally speaking. There's probably a more
Yeah.
detailed
Well, you're
definition.
Fully killed.
You're explaining it to me, so you have to explain it to a kindergartner to explain it to me, and I appreciate that. So
Yeah.
okay.
In genocide in the way that God ordered, the Hebrews were punished for it.
You said that everything God says is good.
Mm-hmm.
So then if God says to kill those infants because these are for reasons that he wants.
So there are
this
times
is
where
good,
God
right?
can say killing infants is okay.
Sure.
Okay, based. Thank you.
Did he say that with abortions?
Well, he definitely didn't make it clear with abortions in Exodus 21:22, which we still haven't gotten to.
I'm curious, though. What does your church history that you adhere to say about abortion?
What do you mean?
The church history that you adhere to.
There isn't like a tradition that I adhere to necessarily.
Oh.
Yeah.
She appeals to church history, right? Now I'm going to let you know what church history she's involved in just a moment. All right?
Hang on, wait. Hang on. Someone in the chat gave us a really, really good definition. Exegesis is when you interpret scripture. Eisegesis is when you read your beliefs into scripture. Thank you, Michael Fott. Man, we have the best fucking chat. I knew someone would fucking like. Thank you very, very much.
Great differentiation. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm not Eastern Orthodox or Catholic, right? And I don't have to be.
Oh, really? I couldn't fucking tell.
Do you know what? Guess what denomination she is?
Wait, oh god, it's some kind of Protestantism, isn't it?
Yeah, yes and no. How surprising is that?
Is she a Unitarian?
Hold on.
I use exegesis, eisegesis, and divine revelation to try to figure out what's going on. So I look at beloved scholars, I look at biblical scholarship, I look at Hebrew scholarship, right? And I try to look at all these things, including what the saints say, to try to figure out what's true.
Why do you care what the saints say?
Because I respect a lot of what the saints say.
Which saints?
I love Thomas. I'm a Thomist.
You're a Thomist?
Yeah, in a lot of ways. Not all.
She's a Thomist.
What the fuck does that even mean?
Thomist. So for Thomas, apparently, I don't know. I don't know why I'm trying to explain it. Okay, I don't know why I'm trying to explain it.
Wait. Someone in the chat, tell me what is it? What is a term? No, it's THOMIST. I've heard the term. I don't know what it. I don't know what it means. Someone explain this void.
Now.
Oh,
yeah.
You mean Aquinas? No, like Thomas, someone who practices theology like St. Thomas. You mean Thomas Aquinas, or right? Okay, I don't know enough about Aquinas to really weigh in.
Let her teach you a little more. About
Here we go. Wait. Hang on. Arden's in with the definition. Thomism emphasizes the use of reason and faith as complementary paths to truth, asserting that both are necessary for understanding reality, morality, and God. Yes, because that's how you understand God, with reason, right? Right.
They love that,
like,
right? They love that. As soon as they see the word reason, they go, "That's me. I'm reasonable."
You're like, how can my small human brain, right, understand and map on to the might of God? And it's a small hop, skip, and a jump to saying, well, if I don't understand the motives of God, therefore they can't be real motives.
Let me ask you a question, Fist, since you seem to be a believer. Can God make a burrito so hot that he can't eat it?
Fuck off.
Yeah. Tough one to answer, isn't it? Well, we've reasoned through. Let me show you the pinnacle of reason over here, okay?
Oh, God.
Right?
It burns.
Yeah. We got some chats here. I think there's one actually specifically for you, Kyla, that I'm gonna have come in here. Maybe I should wait until Andrew returns so he can maybe hear your response. But I'll go ahead. Can you lower it to 90?
Donated $100. Kyla, are you a Christian?
Yes.
What
90.
denomination? Are you pro-choice or pro-life? Would you get an abortion under any circumstance? If so, what? Are you fine with gay marriage? Can women be
So we're just going to hear what denomination she is, but the answers are she is pro-life, and if she would ever get an abortion, she would go, I would hope not, is what she says. And then if she's fine with gay marriage, she says, yes, legally, is what she says.
Oh.
And can women be clergy? She goes, I've never thought of that.
She's a Unitarian, isn't she?
You ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm strapped in, mate. I got my retard helmet on. I'm good.
Terrific.
clergy?
So what denomination, and if you want to
Yeah,
do
so I can
this.
answer these. What these are basically like Christian litmus tests to basically like see how pure I am, because Christians love to be snowflakes and clutch their pearls as much as anyone else. Do you want to throw them back on screen so I make sure I respond to them all?
Yeah, I will pull it back up right now.
So am I Christian? Yes. Which denomination? I'm broadly Protestant, but
Okay. Broadly Protestant. Now, do you want to
Right.
hear? She puts the broad in broadly Protestant. Are you ready to see how broadly Protestant she is? I don't know if you've ever heard of this.
No. If she's a Protestant, right, she should debate Corey Miller from Stone Choir.
Well,
That would be fucking keynote.
now, are you ready to see what type of Protestant she is?
I appeal to a form of theology called it's called radical orthodoxy. So it's not really like a denomination.
She's a radical Orthodox Protestant.
What the? No, that can't be like as in Orthodox Christianity. That's got to be some.
What would that mean?
Yes. Which denomination? I'm broadly Protestant, but I appeal to a form of theology called
So she says post, like how there's postmodernists, right? And then she says radical, like she's a radical feminist. you can see how like this is like she's trying to just leech on to like modernity and attach it to Christianity.
Chat. Can
Radical
someone,
orthodoxy.
Can someone look up radical orthodoxy in the Protestant frame and tell me what the hell that even is?
Now,
God.
Fist, I did assure you that there would be a reprieve, didn't I?
Oh God, thank goodness.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, you should know
Mhm.
that when Andrew Wilson gets back, Dad comes home. Okay.
Daddy's home.
Oh, fucking home, all right. He explains to Not So Erudite that she's unlikable. Okay.
Maybe I will. Maybe I should go back and clip it.
Let Omio donated 69. Yes.
No.
She's not bad. She's pretty. We get it. But she needs to learn culture, not data, to understand Andrew properly.
That's why she
Take
never,
a shot. Skull.
it's why she never got popular. Erudite never got popular because of this. That was always the reason. She always like, I know you're sitting here, but she always could. She always had the potential to be very popular on Twitch. Like she could have dominated that whole space. It was the fact that she was supremely unlikable. That's what always did it to her.
You know what I think it is, Andrew? It's the whatever. Didn't come on the whatever podcast.
The platform isn't as big as I've never prioritized it. But yes, Andrew's bigger.
Invited
Big
you to
flex.
come back on the show.
It's not a flex.
You definitely offered me
offering
the
a host.
You did. You were like, think about it. And I was like, I don't want to fly to Santa Barbara all the time.
Fake news.
This is not. You were like looking
The timestamp is about 6 minutes and 13 seconds right now, right?
Okay.
at, and then it's there. We were talking about and stuff. And
Group of us all went to get food.
I'm sorry.
It was like that till you.
No.
What is it like?
Wine and champagne.
No, that was really it. It was always that.
He goes right back to it.
It was always that. It was always the supreme unlikability.
No, I mean,
Twitch.
I don't know why you're like making these weird digs. So part of the reason why
It's
my
not even
channel
a dig.
Of course it is.
No, it really isn't.
How is saying I'm unlikable and that's why I'm not famous is not a dig?
No. It's why you never did as well in Twitch and YouTube as you could have done. It was
Sorry,
always
what's the
due to
difference between these
likability.
statements?
It's
I'm
not a
unlikable,
dig.
which is why I'm not more popular.
Yeah, well,
How is that not a dig?
that's not a
Yeah, we
dig.
do
That's
that.
just a statement of fact.
There's more TTS.
So I want you to realize for this reprieve, he called her unlikable for a half an hour straight. This is going through. This is going through.
I still
just
wanna-
sat there, and no matter what she said, he just called her unlikable for a consecutive half an hour.
I
It was
still
hilarious.
want to know
Covered it, and that's where I saw it.
what is this radical Orthodox Protestant? It's freaking Unitarianism, isn't it? Right? I bet you any freaking
Look at you. Who do you think is thinking about it more? You or her about what she said?
Oh,
See, this is always the trap. You're thinking about the stupid shit that she says more than she is. Okay?
No, man.
Don't fall for that trap.
I'm just like heresy detected.
All right.
I got to record a soundboard.
Really do need that drop.
Someone wanted me to do a heresy detected for the soundboard.
That's it. That's
Are
all.
we still going on
that's
this,
all
or
I'm
is
doing. No.
this nearly over? I've had about as
That's
much
over.
punishment as I can take, mate.
I know. That's why that was the reprieve to let you know that he just called her unlikable for a straight half an hour. Which is how you should deal with a person like that. What are you gonna, how are you going to talk about Christianity with a person like that?
I bet she's never been talked to this way, right, in her entire life.
That's
Right?
The
Because all she's got to do is get her titties out, right? And
Right.
men will just be like,
Well, her fake
yeah,
titties
no,
out.
no, thank you.
What I realize is that she has a little cross over her fake tits the entire time. she has a little cross because now she's Christian when she's going on there over her fake boobs. Isn't that incredible?
Oh, God.
All right, back to you, bud.
Right, we got some super chats. Waffle, 4 months membership. Good to see you, Waffle.
Thank you, bro.
40K God Emperor of June, God Emperor to lead us. Wait, no, 40K God Emperor or June God Emperor to lead us. Well, 40K God Emperor, obviously, because the June God Emperor is sort of Islamic. So, and I don't, fuck with that. At least you could say that the Emperor of Mankind is sort of Catholic, I guess. You know what I mean? Isaac again for $10. Thank you very much, mate.
Bruv. Hold on. Let me get my shoes on. Thank you, bruv.
Another, don't trust Schmulstein. It's too dangerous. He took me to Epstein Island. By the way, that Foyd is so demonic. Foyd is a
female dog.
Female dog. It's a bitch. The West. This is why I have created hydrographics.
Hydrographics.
A new right-wing language. Hydrographics. Oh my God, that's fucking insane. Thank you very much, Isaac. Leaf Man with a frying pan for $5. Thank you. There is something so uncanny about someone who is verbally exceptional but is extremely stupid that I legit think they're just a vessel for demons. Yeah, maybe.
That is the delivery method, definitely. Smooth talker.
Possibly just an idiot. Theodore McCarthy.
It was really compelling.
Oh, God. Theodore McCarthy for $5. In Western civilization, church and state are distinct institutions, but they are not wholly separate. They are supposed to support each other. Indeed, it was commonly sort of portrayed, I believe. You see this still in Russia, and it was also a thing in what was the under the Kaiser? I think the Germans had it as well. An eagle with two heads. And the idea is that the two heads of the church and the state, but they are joined to the same body. Yes, the eunuch for $2. Artie, what the fuck, man? This is painful and terrible.
Yes, I don't know how to explain this to you. I have backed myself into a corner, into showing people things that they don't want to watch. I don't know. I don't know how I got here. I didn't expect it to be this way, but what I do is show people what they don't want to watch. There's anti-comedy. It's anti-intellectualism. It's anti-content. I don't know. I don't know why I do this either. I don't know why I am this way.
Yeah, what it is, right, is you put the suffering thing on the screen and then you laugh at it. It provides like a release of tension, mate, right?
It makes you feel better that you're not that,
That's right. The new jam for $5. It's basically Anglicanism. Woof.
See,
I mean,
like trying.
You mean like new school Anglicanism or old school Anglicanism? Because there's like a really big gulf between them now.
Do not give her an ism. She has not earned an ism. Okay, you're doing all the work for her. Please.
Yiz the eunuch again for $2. Thank you very much. I hate listening to Foyds. Please make it stop.
Dude.
Yeah.
Fist at the end was like, we're done with this, right? What was that? 10? What was that? 8? 3 minutes of her speaking?
Oh my God.
I watched hours of it.
And Torture White for $5. Hey man, I saw this in my feed, chose not to watch it because it was going to be exactly like this, and yet here I am.
Yeah, here I am. I'm so sorry.
Right.
And yet here I am. I don't know why I've carved out this weird life for myself. Oh, I love it. I love making people. You want to know what it is? It's almost like something that's smelly and you show it to one of your friends. You go, dude, smell that thing. And they know it's smelly, but like dudes like smell something that's like disgusting smelling. They go, oh, even though I can't see your face going, ugh, I can picture it. And that's what it is.
Right. So we're heading into the second hour, and it is time. It's time for the war update. Let me see your war face, bros. Right. I mean, I don't know whether it's Zelensky storing like stuff on my brain drive or something, but I'm starting to think to myself, right? Like, would it really be so bad to die for Israel? Right. Like if you gotta die for something, right? Surely like Israel, I mean, like they do the same for us, right? Like, think about it. If America was threatened, right, they'd raise an army and come across the sea and they defend us.
Well,
right?
We're dying for the people that we need because we need them, right?
Right.
I believe that we covered that several times in stream.
Yeah, because we need. Well, if you think about it, actually, right, they are like the basis of Western civilization, right? There literally wouldn't be any civilization without the Moos. So if you think about it, right, like if you took them out of the equation, right, all the whites, they wouldn't know what to do with themselves, right? And you know, before they came around, was there even a civilization? You know, things to think about. I like this meme because a lot of people have been like posting this, right? They're like, you know, attack Iran for Israel. No, attack Iran so that Iran attacks Israel.
Oh, would you say this is an element of antagonization? Something that the anti-communists seem to be very aware of in the communist program, and antagonization, right? Agitation. Kind of goes out of their mind when it's with their boys.
I'm fine, mate. I'm fine. I just really think that we should reconsider like dying for Israel. Look, that's all, right? You know. Okay, so a lot of shit has happened since Friday's show. A lot of stuff. My notes.
I'm up to date on all of it. Okay, you're not telling me anything I don't already know right now. I'm very up to date on these things.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you are. You moonlight as a foreign policy analyst for the Goyem Institute. I know all these secrets, right? So basically the air bridge sending like supplies from America to sort of countries bordering Iran continues to go on. It's huge, right? Like the number of planes, apparently they've like delivered like 700 tons of ammunition or something. Nobody really knows. I want to point out that, I mean, everyone assumes that these arms are there because of the Iran thing, but they're also kind of actually quite close to Ukraine, right? Like they're just on the other side of the Black Sea, sort of, right? They're in the general area. So, you know, it could be, I don't know, right? Tons of like stuff is landing in Saudi Arabia, as you can like see here, Rafah Air Base. It looks like it's on like Flan, boys, right? Now this is John Kiriakou, the ex-CIA analyst. I don't know if you guys have like, you know, watched him, but I quite like him. He, you know, he's good to listen to. And he reckons that it's already been decided, bros. Wait, do I have the 2 more weeks sticker? I didn't upload this 2 more weeks sticker. Okay, right. You can be assured in 2 more weeks or possibly 2 more weeks of weeks, it's definitely going to happen, right? Now, usually I quite respect Kiriakou and his takes on the intelligence industry. But he reckons someone in the White House leaked this to him, and he was wrong. Ha! BTFO. I mean, of course, if someone in the White House leaked this to him and they knew he was going to go on a podcast and say it, I mean, whatever.
I can't hear it.
Oh yeah, hang on. It's done that thing where it's decided to nerf the audio output from my thing because
an audio debuff, huh?
Yeah, because, you know, fuck you. That's why, right? Okay, let's try that again.
I have a friend, former CIA officer, who was at the White House this morning talking to his friends, and he says that a decision has been made to attack Iran on Monday or Tuesday. The president yesterday gave the Iranians 10 days to...
Well, it's Wednesday, John. Where is the war I have been promised, right? You know, I got to make content, right? Millions may die, but at least I will get to make content.
To, you know, accept our proposals for an end to their ballistic missile program, an end to their uranium enrichment program, an end to supporting groups in the Middle East like Hamas and Hezbollah and the Houthis. But he's done this before. Well, he'll give you 10 days, he'll give you 2 weeks, and then he'll just attack 2 days into it. He thinks that keeps people off balance. And so he said that there are battle lines, that the anti-war forces are J.D. Vance and Tulsi Gabbard. He said that that's it. He said the pro-war people are led by Marco Rubio and include Pete Hegseth and now the Joint Chiefs of Staff. And I stopped him on that point this morning. And I said, wait a minute. I said, during the Iraq War, at the start of the Iraq War, the most stridently anti-war component was the Joint Chiefs of Staff. They were always the last one.
Anyway, right, like, okay, so, you know, he goes into more detail, but basically, right, this war has been promised to us 3,000 years ago, and the prophecy is about to be fulfilled possibly Monday or Tuesday, or there's a blood moon coming up, and Purim is coming up like soon as well. All of these would be great dates to launch a war. Why? Because it seems that there are a lot more people who believe in astrology now than than most people like realize. Now, of course, Trump is he's very confused. Why are they not capitulating? We put so much military hardware right on their border. We could literally turn them into glass. And it turns out that they will not capitulate on giving up the nuclear program that we destroyed comprehensively before. Anyone remember that? Anyone remember how, like, they went in and they bombed, like, Fordo, and they were like, Trump comes out and he's like, we have now comprehensively destroyed the Iranian nuclear program. And yet their demand is still that Iran needs to give up their nuclear program. Right? Which reminds me of that scene from Boondocks, if you guys ever like watched it, where the guy at the convenience store, he doesn't have like a weapon. And the guy's like, put down the goddamn weapon. He's like, I'm not holding a weapon. Yes, you are. We can all see it. So freaking gay. Okay. So check this out.
I know that we have red lines here from the U.S. How about over with Iran?
The president asked me that this morning, and I don't want to use the word frustrated. It's almost because he understands he's got plenty of alternatives. But it's curious. He's curious as to why they haven't, I don't want to use the word capitulated, but why they haven't capitulated. Why under this sort of pressure with the amount of sea power, naval power that we have over there, why they haven't come to us and said, we profess that we don't want a weapon. So here's what we're prepared to do. And yet it's hard to sort of get them.
They literally had an agreement in place called the JCPOA, right?
Yeah.
Under which, right, Iran was subjected to like regular inspections and all this kind of stuff. And then Trump withdrew from it unilaterally and was like, no, it's not enough. Israel wants a war. We're not going to get a war if there's peace. You understand? Peace and war. Now, any of you who are old enough to remember the Iraq War, right? Mate, they're playing that same song. It's beautiful, right? Like, don't you know they were throwing like babies out of like incubators. Apparently now the Basij are hacking out the wombs of protesters to hide sexual abuse. I don't know how that's gonna like work, right? You're like, oh my god. So this is all starting up again, right? All they need is like someone from the US embassy to like come up and be like, I had my womb hacked out. This is quite an interesting clip. You said you got a problem with this guy, right? Like,
Hold on. Just play it.
Has recently come to light an exchange between Jeffrey Leeds and former Secretary of State Colin Powell, in which he acknowledges that Israel has, quote, he says 200 nuclear weapons. And the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty has not been signed by Israel. Under U.S. law, the United States should cut off support to Israel because it's a nuclear power that has not signed the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty, according to Colin Powell, correct?
Shouldn't you ask Colin Powell that? I'm not going to speak to this particular traffic, and I'm certainly
So you're
not
saying
going to
Israel
discuss.
doesn't have nuclear weapons?
I'm certainly not going to discuss matters of intelligence from the podium. I have no comment on that.
Okay. Well, the email says the boys in Tehran know Israel has 200, all we targeted on Tehran, and we have thousands. I mean, that seems to indicate that there's a knowledge of an Israeli nuclear program, which would make US aid to Israel illegal.
I think I've answered your question.
Okay. Well, let me ask. Is that do I have the correct understanding?
Yeah, I mean, see, look, right, like what this guy clearly doesn't understand is that this is Israel. Now, you said you know something about this guy, Caleb Moffin,
Is
right?
this on X?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes,
So
it is.
yep. Scroll down.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, this is Caleb T. Moppin. Stay right there. Now, you might think it's embarrassing that this guy is an open and avowed communist and has had his own communist organization, okay? Do you think that's embarrassing? That's not embarrassing. He also dresses like this. You think that's embarrassing? That's not embarrassing. You see, members of the CPI, Communist Party Initiative, whatever it was called, this is 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago, exposed people in his own organization, exposed Caleb Moppin for sexual misconduct and other heinous acts. You think that's embarrassing? That's not embarrassing.
Just to confirm, he is wearing a fedora. Oh, no, not sexual misconduct. Caleb paid a member for sex who he knew was economically desperate. Caleb Moppin has deleted his Twitter account. He would bring up what I assumed at the time was his academic interest in corporal punishment, especially spanking. Jesus Christ, that is insane. Interesting takes, Mr. Morpin. I need to get a spanking for my little attitude problem. What a manipulative motherfucker. Holy shit.
He's desperately into spanking and being spanked. Now, he calls it spank on the bottom. Remember that? So he is really into spanking. Now, you think that's embarrassing. Unfortunately, the way I've been talking to you, I would imply that that's not embarrassing. And that's not embarrassing. What's embarrassing is him having to finally talk about the spanking.
Hey, everybody. So is the Center for Political Innovation.
That's what it
Glad to
is.
be here. Now, the reason that we've been silent for so long is because on August 19th, a document was published by some former members of the CPI. Now, this document made some pretty outrageous claims about the nature of our organization. It also exposed some deeply personal information about me. Now, before they published this, the folks who put this document together went around to different media personalities, different associates, and person after person told them not to do it. They told them that this was not necessary, that they shouldn't publish this document. They didn't listen. They had every opportunity to negotiate some kind of restorative justice, to try and get reforms inside the organization, to negotiate with me somehow. They didn't want to do that. They were determined to go public with this document. Why? Clout. They wanted to get more likes, more shares, more Facebook views, more attention. And that's why I have waited so long to give an answer to this. I don't want to get into a social media back and forth with them about every detail of what they wrote. I'm going to answer this once and then never speak about this again. Now, often my live streams get very psychological. We talk about trauma and history and abuse and how it affects people. I apologize if you thought I was talking about this in a way that meant it didn't apply to me. It does apply to me. I do, like many of you, have abuse in my personal history, and it has affected me as an adult. I would have preferred to keep this private, but it is now all over the internet. Now, spanking isn't just my deep, dark personal secret. It's America's deep, dark secret. 19 U.S. states.
That's fucking embarrassing. Sure, I'm into spanking, but so are 19 other states because they believe in corporal punishment.
Oh, for God's sake.
I'm sorry. Now,
Right, I mean-
now I can listen to you talk about this guy. I had to get that out.
I mean, honestly, I don't care if he wants to get his body pounded.
Oh, that's so fucking funny. I watched a 3-hour video trashing that guy about getting spanked and being a communist. It's just I don't know how you actually can come back from that. It's incredible.
So the other thing that seems to have been delayed, like, so this whole war seems to be beset with delays, bros, almost like it is cursed. And I have been reliably informed by internet astrologers that this is in fact a very, very bad time to launch a war, right? So, you know, I mean, look, if you don't get the blessing of the internet astrologers, right? But apparently that car crash of an interview that Huckabee had with Tucker, where he basically said, like, oh yeah, we're cool if like Israel takes over the entire Middle East. Kind of like backfired. Now, if you know anything about the region, it is fucking hard to do anything, get the Arabs to agree on anything. Is this the Saudis? I can't read backwards squiggle. Like, what the hell is this? Right? It's some wait, is that the wait?
That's a Semitic language.
Is this the Jordans, right? The Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan. Okay, right.
Wow, you don't know shit.
I don't know shit. Well, I
didn't even know what that was.
Can't read the squiggles. Okay. So all of the Arab countries, right? In fact, all the Muslim countries, because like fucking Indonesia's in here as well, right? They're all like, this is unacceptable. And apparently because of the fuck up in that interview, right? It's not being openly said, but the implication is that a number of allies in the region surrounding Iran are very, very angry at the US, well, and Israel, because the US has like spent like ages basically convincing them, like, oh look, you should normalize like ties with Israel. They'll absolutely like respect your sovereignty, right? Like, no, it's just Palestine. It's not, right? Like, you know, they're gonna be going to war like forever. So there's that, right? And then it looks like Trump, he's on the taco train, bros, right? he's stuck in the middle between his base and the Moos, right? Which does he want to piss off more? So obviously, right, like, all the Moos, all the Zionists are like, you've got to strike Iran now, you got to do it now. They're weak, finish him. Or like, wait, you need like the proper finish him. Take the bagel and finish him. So yes, Israeli officials have expressed surprise and frustration after the Trump administration set a third round of indirect nuclear talks with Iran in Geneva, calling it a last diplomatic chance after 2 failed rounds. We're gonna give you one more chance. Now the Iranians have apparently been bending over backwards, basically, to like sort of agree to this, right? Not in some like crazy sort of Kama Sutra way. But people are just like, as I was saying, right? Remember this? It was less than 30 days ago when they struck like Iran's nuclear program. Remember that, right? Everyone and all the people who said, oh yeah, this is going to lead to war with Iran. They're panicking. I'm pretty sure James Lindsay called me a panicking, actually, for like pointing this out, right? Oh. I believe a panicking and a propagandist. But everyone, right, who had a brain could fucking see that this was coming. It wasn't like Israel was going to fucking like pick up their kippa and go home. Oh, no. Okay. Also, Midnight Hammer. I actually worked with a porno star called Midnight Hammer. He was a very, very nice guy. Very black, though, obviously. Oh. So yes, the Iranians are showing an almost unbelievable level of flexibility. They can literally put their ankles behind their ears, bros, right? In talks with the US to avert war, saying that Tehran has decided to exercise maximum flexibility on the nuclear issue, but only on the strict condition that it would genuinely prevent the outbreak of war. Well, how the fuck can you like trust America or the Israelis? Like seriously, like at this point, right? Like, they're like, oh yes, we promise it'll prevent the outbreak of war, bros. No, they'll be back, right? They'll be back in whatever Iran agrees to. They'll be back, right? They'll be back, whether it's like 6 months or a year. They'll be like, oh, that agreement that you agreed to is not quite right. We need to renegotiate the agreement. So the other thing, so it was originally like the nuclear program. Now they've shifted to the ballistic missile thing. They want Iran to get rid of all the missiles that could possibly strike Israel, basically, because Israel's a very, very peaceful country and would never like go to war with anyone, like obviously. So why do the Iranians even need to defend themselves? I'm not like standing for Iran, obviously, right? Like I'm a Christian, but I just really don't think that like another massive war in the Middle East that'll probably claim like tons of American lives and shitloads of European and American blood and treasure is a really good idea, right? Like, just like, don't you have this thing called fucking diplomacy, right? Like, anyway. So basically it's all stuck in limbo. And the reason supposedly why Trump has not pulled the trigger is because he wants negotiations. But there could be another reason, right? Which is that this is not guaranteed, bros, right? This isn't like Iraq, okay, where like all they've basically got is like sand and regret and like AK-47s from like 60 years ago, okay? Iran is basically a peer competitor in terms of technology, right? Plus they've got the Russians and the Chinese backing them up, right? So it's not going to be like Iraq where they just like fly in and just like, howdy shouties, right? It's not going to be like that, right? It's going to be, and of course, the American or possibly the Mooish way of doing warfare is you go in, you kill everybody in the government, and then just ride off into the sunset, right? Which is why with the Iraq War, all of the preparations for how they were going to like destroy everything was incredibly detailed, and all the stuff about like nation building was just like, oh, we'll figure it out on the ground because they didn't care, right? Yeah.
We know that the Israelis and the MEK were the ones who ginned up these protests that led to so many deaths. We know that the Israelis and the MEK set fires to at least 16 mosques and then burned 38 fire trucks so that the fire trucks weren't available to respond to the fires. I think this has disaster written all over it. We started this conversation by talking about aircraft carrier battle groups and how there are,
It's not a disaster. It's called democracy. We're fighting a war against evil. The 15th war of the 21st century.
Abraham Lincoln is in the Arabian Sea right now, and the USS George H.W. Bush is steaming now from the coast of Virginia to the Persian Gulf. Does Donald Trump really believe that 2 aircraft carrier battle groups are going to overthrow the Iranian government? There's this very dangerous belief, it seems, in the administration that all the Iranians need is a gentle push, and democracy is going to flourish. It's going to take root and flourish.
Yeah, where have we heard this before? Right? This is exactly the same thing they said about Iraq, right? And Libya, and every single other fucking country they destroy. They're like, once we get rid of the Ayatollah, democracy will break out all over the region. You know what fucking
it just hasn't been done correctly yet. It's like
Right.
communism. It's like it's typical Mooery.
I just don't know how Israel believes they can just like kill their way to better relations with countries.
Wait, are they the ones killing?
Well, no.
Do you think they are the ones killing?
They probably think that it's Hashem doing the killing, or
Probably, huh?
their golem or something. You know what I mean,
You
right?
really think they think they're killing people in any capacity? Really?
Oh, God,
This is
I
how
don't
you
know.
get to that level of evil.
I mean, are they really people? Is the question you got to ask yourself.
Flourish, and we're going to live happily ever after, and there are going to be diplomatic relations between Iran and the US, between Iran and Israel, and maybe the Shah's son returns, which he won't, and everybody's going to be, it's all going to be milk and honey. And there's no precedent in the history of the planet Earth for anyone to conclude that that's how things are going to go. So I'm very worried about what the Israelis and the CIA are doing in Iran. I think it's incredibly destructive. I think a lot of people are going to die if we initiate an attempt to overthrow the government. And one thing nobody's talking about, how do we defend aircraft carriers, which take like an entire day just to turn around, from a hypersonic missile? When we know that the Iranians have hypersonic missiles, you can't defend against one of those, especially when you're a ship the size of an American city. So I'm genuinely worried about the way things are going. I think that we should be deep in diplomatic negotiations with the Iranians right now. I think that we shouldn't care one whit what Israeli national interests are here. It should be what's good for the United States, and we should be using the good offices of the government of Oman to affect these.
Yeah, that's not happening. None of that is happening. Of course, Mark Levin is it's just raging right now. All of the sort of Zio media class are basically, Luma, Levin, all these people, right? He's just spurging. He's spurging right the fuck out. This is from 4 days ago, right? If we do not take, wait, I can't do that. If we do not take out the Iranian regime now, it will never be done. And our children and freedom-loving people everywhere will never forgive us. What about the freedom-loving people that you're going to send like into a war zone? Is he going to go? What do you think, Artie? Do you think Mark Levin is he's gonna show up on the war zone? Right?
I mean, he said in caps, yes, in caps. This is how much he really means it. Okay, that's like what a 14-year-old does when they first get the internet.
Yeah. What I love about this is he's like, these mass murderers will use these weapons because they believe Allah wants them to eliminate all countries, societies, and people who do not conform to their 7th century death cult. And you know what else came out of the 7th century? The Talmud. Oh, sorry, wrong 7th century death cult we're talking about, right?
But he's like, they want to kill everybody, okay?
Right.
Moose want to do, the moose can't kill everybody because then who are they going to lend money to? Who are they going to put into financial slavery, right? So they never tell you what the other one wants to do.
What are you talking about, financial slavery? 43% per annum is a very, very reasonable rate. So this is apparently the goal. All of these wars are like exactly like the same kind of like thing. The one against Russia, the one against Iran. They're gonna like break it up into like a bunch of smaller countries and then set all of those smaller countries like against each other. It's classic divide and conquer. And they do have a bit of a problem. So the USS Gerald IV, the super duper carrier, is sailing. But Stinky-O, apparently they are having a bit of a poopy pants problem. In a sort of classic sort of case of over engineering, they made the whole toilet system run on like a vacuum system. And I don't know, depending on who you believe, either nothing is happening at all and it's all propaganda. The crew is like literally mutinying, and apparently everyone under the age of 40 is like antiseptic now, and no one wants to die for Israel.
Oh yeah, we're
right?
gonna really test that antiseptic theory.
I mean, this is a really. Can you imagine, right? Like you've got a ship full of fucking Zoomers, and they're all like, we're off to fight a war for Israel. Just be like, that's gonna be a fucking hard sell. That's gonna be a hard fucking sell.
Is it though? But is it? We keep thinking a lot of their stuff is a hard sell, but a lot of it keeps happening. Also, you want to check some supers real quick?
Yeah, I will. Toilets, paper. So apparently it's docked in Greece now, offloading the poop, and apparently that's going to be the thing. But don't worry, bros. It turns out that it's just been revealed, definitely not by Mossad, that Iran is now producing chemical and biological warheads. Oh my God. The horror. So they're ramping up the agitprop, and apparently the problem is that they have not sold it to the American people. This is Chuck Schumer just coming out of a meeting basically saying this.
I can't hear it.
Oh God damn it!
you know.
Hang on, it's giving me that error again. Wait,
Yeah,
this is
not a problem.
this is the last thing.
It's a
Then
couple
we'll
of
do
hey,
super chat.
they wait days for the stream. They can wait a couple of seconds to hear what the man's gonna say. You know, it's barely a trade-off.
This is serious, and the administration has to make its case to the American people.
He's wearing his
Boom.
serious hat, bros. Wearing his serious hat.
He needs a clip
okay.
to cover that bald spot.
Right. Let's.
Right.
Yeah, seriously. Okay. Super chat time. Okay. So who else have we got? What's the last one we did? I'm losing my place.
Not a problem. I think we start with. So we
Did
did that.
Did we do this one?
Yep. And yet here I am. That made me laugh. And
Right.
the next one.
Aramaic Discourse.
Yeah.
Like the stream or be for $5. Thank you very much. Like the stream or be forced to watch a James Lindsay lecture when you least want to.
Yeah,
Oof.
we're gonna start holding people hostage. Instead of having like a sub goal or a super chat goal, it's the opposite. It's so something bad doesn't happen to you.
So like the carrot and the stick.
Yeah.
Waging psychological warfare upon your own listeners.
Hey,
Yeah.
I already make watch things I don't want to watch. I want to see how far I can go into this sadism that's within me.
Waffle for $10. Thank you, Waffle.
Yeah.
If you think this stuff is painful, Artie, you should fight against me in PvP games.
Playing that to you. So Waffle had let me know what he's like in player versus player games. Now it's unfair to play against him because his opponent is trying to win some sort of trophy, trying to win the game. He doesn't care if he dies as long as he makes the other person suffer. And he was telling me the stuff that he's done in games where he doesn't care if he dies as long as the other person dies. And it's pretty intricate. The things that he can find out to do in the video game, new, inventive, and creative ways to make sure the other person loses, even if he loses. The man would be a great like war strategist. Okay, his consequentialism knows no bounds.
Hawk Daddy for $20.
Yeah, bro.
Let's go. Thank you very much. The Iran situation is going to get worse. We all know that. The USS Gerald Ford is having issues with a clogged sewage system as of today. It seems the troops don't want to go to war with Iran. No surprises here. Serious snafu. Yeah. I mean, why the fuck would all the troops want to go to war with Iran? And I remember reading a thing on 4chan that suggested that there are a lot of how should I put this delicately, melanated individuals on these carriers now.
You mean fucking blacks, right?
Well, not let's say not the Clarence Thomas kind of blacks.
Okay. I thought it was going to be a bunch of well-educated, well-groomed black Republicans. So that's good that we clarified this.
You would think that, but apparently you're wrong. And this is sort of one of the reasons why the competency crisis is hitting things like the Navy so hard, because there's just very, very few like competent people around. Shit, I ain't going to go to war with no Iran. Goddamn shit. And also, the Gerald Ford is now on its third consecutive deployment. So they were promised that they'd be back in like, I don't know, like 6 months or something like that. And then instead they were sent to Venezuela, and now they're being sent to Iran. And a lot of the sailors apparently are very, very pissed off. There's talk of mutiny. But again, because we're in a war situation, I don't know how much credence to give to any of these rumors, if you get what I'm saying, right? Because we're in an information warfare environment. But anyway, that's what is being rumored. Thank you, Hawk Daddy. Aramaic Discourse for $2. True Moodyism has never been tried.
I think it has a handful of times in a handful of countries, but
I think they might have tried it.
Keeps happening.
I think they might have tried it when they were camped outside Mount Sinai, but I don't know, right?
They are the original. It's going to work this time.
Mr. Funzerka, that's a cool name, for $5. Thank you. Is democracy amoral? Well, yes.
Wow.
Yes, it is.
Because it can vote for its own demise. How moral is that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, from a pure standard, right? Democracy can vote for whatever the fuck it wants. This is why the republic is meant to exist. It is meant to have both an executive and an aristocratic elite in form like the Congress to stop the worst excesses of the people. The problem is, like, once people figure out that you can just give the masses like money or benefits in order to get elected, it all starts coming apart. And Hawk Daddy again for $5. Thank you very much, mate. Poopy toilets is what beats the US before even the first shots are fired. Figures as much. Now, I will be releasing, it's not out yet, I'll probably plug it on the next stream, but I was talking to William from Incel Right, and he was of the opinion that basically they're going to float the Gerald Ford in like a massive floater and let the Iranians sink it in order to precipitate like a Pearl Harbor kind of like thing. So they can be like, we must go to war. Remember the Gerald Ford. I don't know, but I mean, clearly the public are not behind this shit at the moment, right? So someone has got to get a wriggle on, right? We got a war to fight. Speaking of wars to fight, today is the 4th anniversary of the start of Russia's full-scale invasion into Ukraine. As you know, Ukraine has never done anything wrong. Our reputation as a center for corruption, drugs, and human trafficking since, well, forever was clearly undeserved. And it is because we are so awesome that Russia wants to attack us.
Very quickly, where do you think he learned the have never done anything wrong from?
Jews have been kicked out of every country we've ever lived, and it's never been our own fault.
That's Randy Fine, and he really said that. It sounds like AI. He really said that.
Yeah, I mean, have you seen that article that got written just after Zelensky was elected, right? And it's like with Moose in Ukraine, with Moose in the top 2 jobs, what's next for Ukraine? It's like literally, it's a real article. I even fucking looked it up. I should have it. Anyway, it is the 4th anniversary of the full-scale invasion. And so everyone's having like a little celebration. Don't worry, bros. Ukraine is going to get another 90 billion, which of course, you'll be paying for literally forever. It's a pretty sweet deal. The EU is going to float a bunch of bonds and give the money to Ukraine, and then EU will cover the interest, which will be about 3 billion a year for like 50 years. Right? It's if you think about it, it's cheap at twice the price, right? You weren't hoping on paying like less taxes or anything, were you? Because we're gonna need like a lot more taxes. Or failing
the only point of taxes is to make sure you make less money. That's the only function of it.
Just look, we just print more money, right?
We need more money to do things, so we have to tax you.
That's right.
But pausing to mark the 4th anniversary of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Obviously, that's Ursula von der Leyen arriving to greet President and Mrs. Zelensky. And these are, as we said, live pictures from Maidan Square in Kiev. And we haven't yet seen Foreign Secretary Yvette Cooper, who's going to be attending from the UK perspective, but she'll no doubt be arriving soon. The Prime Minister isn't there today, but we'll continue to monitor that for you.
So, it is all a big celebration. Oh, just the cringe. Fucking just let me die. It's too much cringe. Like, why the fuck are we in Ukraine? No, I have still not had anyone give me an actual strategic reason as to why the fuck, right? It is so important, right? That the entire European and English economy must be like gutted in order to fucking save Ukraine, right? Like, it's retarded.
It's the only option.
Oh, it's retarded. Don't worry. Oh, the UK stands with you, not its taxpayers, obviously. Oh, God. Maybe you want to pay more fucking taxes. Now, of course, as you will be aware, the Russians have been basically defeated. Why aren't they defeated? Well, it's taken them so long to gain this kind of like territory. The Russians have lost, in fact, 6 guerrillion people. Their economy is on the edge of collapse. It's literally been this way for like 4 years. They've been like saying this shit. I remember when it fucking started, and they're like, Russia has no tanks. Russia is out of shells. Putin is desperate. All this fuck, God damn it. Poor fucking Ukrainians, mate. Like, honestly.
No room is left at the cemetery in Lviv in western Ukraine to bury any more dead soldiers. Ukraine says it has 55,000 confirmed dead, an underestimate, as it only counts bodies it has recovered.
That's a massive underestimate. Like, it's a huge underestimate.
But wait, it's a statistic. How could it be wrong?
Don't worry, bros. Boris Johnson, that moppet head motherfucker, is here to make sure that peace doesn't break out, bros.
You're not saying that victory means getting all the land back, are you?
In any case, we will achieve that. That is absolutely clear. It's only a matter of time. To do it today would mean losing a huge number of people, millions of people, because the Russian army is large, and we understand the cost of such steps. We would not have enough people. We would be losing them. And what is land without people? Honestly, nothing. And we also do not have a sufficient amount of weapons. That depends not only on us, but on our partners. As of today, this is not available. But returning to the just borders of 1991 is without a doubt a victory for justice.
Now, you might be asking, why am I playing you this little clip of Zelensky? Well, the reason is because up to this point, right, he has absolutely said that the only victory condition that he will accept is the defeat of Russia, pushing it back to the, the pre-1991 borders, which includes like taking back Crimea and all this stuff that just is fucking impossible, right? The fact of the matter is that Russia now owns like the western parts of Ukraine, Donbass, right? They're still fighting in like some parts of Donbass, but basically it's over, right? And for ages, the Americans in particular have been trying to get Zelensky to recognize this fact and just be like, look, just give up Donbass, right? I have said for a while that I think the most likely outcome is that Russia's going to wind up with everything east of the Dnieper River, which is this huge river that runs like sort of down the middle of Ukraine, is a natural barrier. I think that's what it's going to like be, right? But peace might break out. And this would be a terrible, terrible outcome. Do you know how much money is involved in this war? You know how many weapons and like, all of this like stuff, right? It's terrible. Boris Johnson is terrified by the prospect of peace in Ukraine. Given his instrumental role in scuppering the last peace deal, I highly suspect that he is the point man of the conservative branch of the network that runs everything about UK politics. Now, in case I haven't explained this, right? This is my sort of like current headcanon, right? Which is that you have this group that I just call like the network. You could call them the globalists or whatever. But really, right, they're just the network, because they don't really have any fundamental ideology except, maybe Moodyism, right? Which features very, very heavily. Okay. They're just all about power, and they play both sides. So in the UK, this is particularly apparent, which is why it doesn't matter who you vote for, you get the same policy, because the policies are set by the network. That's who fucking Epstein worked for. That's why like all these people like work for Epstein. It's just it's the network, right? So that's my current
Now
take.
you know a lot about this, okay?
Mhm.
So let me see if you know this. What was the name of Boris Johnson's emo band with that fucking hair? He must have been in some sort of like post hardcore screamo band and just never got rid of the haircut.
He didn't, but he did have like a crazy goth girlfriend. Right, like who I forget her name, but she was like all into like Satanism and like proper goth and shit like that. Yeah, hilarious. So you may be aware it was in fact Boris Johnson that scuppered the last attempt at a Ukrainian peace deal.
I'm so sorry. We just got what the band was. It was My Chemical Warfare. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh, that is fucking.
See, the fellas always know. They do all the research for us. It's unbelievable. It's like a hive mind.
Ancient hybrid. Fucking, that was Kino, mate. Very, very nice. So the last possibility for a peace deal, which both sides like apparently actually like initial, they didn't formally like sign it. And then Johnson turned up in Kiev and he's like, oh, Zelensky, we absolutely have to make sure that this war continues. There are so many people yet to die. Please continue fighting. And he's back. Fucking.
If we're going to have a plan for boots on the ground, I may be going in advance of a lot of thinking in the UK at the moment. But if we're going to have a plan for boots on the ground after the war, after Putin has condescended to have a ceasefire, then why not do it now? Just to make this point that it is up to the Ukrainians. I mean, these people wouldn't be there in a war-fighting capacity, right?
To be clear, you're saying that right now that UK military forces and from other European countries should go to Ukraine, to safe parts of Ukraine, to make a statement, to flip that switch, as you said, in Vladimir Putin's head, showing intent.
Yes.
They're going to flip a switch in his head, bros. Right?
Yeah. I mean,
the problem...
Surely there's another way to say that.
The problem is that they haven't flicked the switch in Putler's head, right? To show him that the Europeans mean business, bro, right? Oh, this is so fucking retarded. They just don't want the war to stop, right? Like this is look, it's very, very simple. They just want the war to continue.
I think we're willing to do it in the context of a ceasefire, which of course puts all the initiative, all the power in Putin's hands. Why not do it now? There's no logical reason that I can see why we shouldn't send some peaceful ground forces there to show our...
I mean, apart from the fact that the Russians have said that any foreign troops in Ukraine will be regarded as a legitimate military target, so it would almost certainly result in
reading a little too much into things. That could be anything, okay?
Fucking, hey, well, the UK is going to send like its entire like 10 tanks, right, and like a thermos full of tea. I mean, like, just fucking, god. I mean, it doesn't have to be this way, right? I'm not saying that Europe could not have an army, okay? But if they wanted one, they'd have to scrap all the net zero bullshit, right? They'd have to get rid of a lot of the migrants, and they'd have to start telling the actual European people that they've got a reason to fight. Who the fuck's going to fight for the EU at the moment, right? The latest plan apparently is like they're just going to recruit all the Browns, but they can't arm all the Browns because they're worried the Browns will overthrow the government.
They know. See, they know they're Browns.
Support, constitutional support for a free, independent Ukraine. That this is a political...
Yes, free and independent Ukraine. It hasn't had an election for like, 7 years at this point, and is like literally militarily impressing people into like service. Sounds like a free country to me, bro.
It's about whether Ukraine is a free country or not. If it's a vassal state of Russia, which is what Putin wants, then obviously it's up to Putin to decide who comes to his country. If it's not, then it's up to the Ukrainians.
Look, they just want it to be a vassal state of the EU, right? Like, that's what you get. You get to be a vassal state of the Russians or a vassal state of the Europeans. Here's Ursula von der Leyen. Yeah, the European Reichsmistress. Telling it how it is.
Fist is right again in the chat. Fist is right as usual. We need to make you a jar. Actually, no, not a jar. Not a cup of tea, but like a teacup.
Yes, a teacup. The fist was right cup.
We gotta do it.
And today, I'm also thinking of their comrades
comrades.
Just an absolute, just a raid of cum.
They say that in the UK as well. Comrades. Like,
Comrades.
what the hell, right? Comrades.
Bravely holding the line in the trenches. They fight for peace. They fight for a better future for their children. They fight for a simple dream of a free and sovereign Ukraine at the heart of a free Europe. So let me conclude by saying to them.
So just a question, Ms. von der Leyen. I have a question. Newsfist from Arden Fist News. How is Ukraine a country so far on the eastern edge of Europe that it was commonly known as the dividing line between the Europeans and the Slavs, going to be at the heart of a free Europe?
Hey, listen, man, there's nothing more American than Hawaii, okay?
It's so fucking retarded. They just say stuff. They just get up and they're like,
Europe will stand by you and stand with you until you have made that dream come true. Long live Europe and Slava Ukraini.
Slava Ukraini, Slava. Oh, Slava. Oh, yeah. Look at this shit, man. It's just it's cringe. This is our fucking political class. Soy men, the lot of them, right? Don't worry, they've signed a new 90 billion euro Ukraine support loan. I already talked about that. Very, very happy about that. And of course we have Zelensky addressing the European Parliament. Thank you so much for the money. I was nearly running out of cocaine and the sharpest life.
There are many dictatorships in the world. Some seal themselves off within their own borders, trying to block any outside influence of freedom. And others do not recognize borders at all and actively try to destroy the freedom of their neighbors, entire regions, and sometimes even the whole world.
Is he talking about Israel? No. I presume he's talking about Russia. Right. Sorry, I just get
No. It's yellow and blue behind him, not white and blue behind him.
Oh,
very easy mistake to make.
Right. You're right. I mean, because if he's talking about states that seal themselves off and harass their neighbors, I probably a bit of a faux pas there.
When we deal with Russia, we face the second type of threat. It's a mentality, unstable dictatorship that cannot accept that in Europe every life matters.
Ha! Ha! Somebody give this guy a comedy show. Holy in Europe, every life matters. Fuck off.
The all lives matter routine is now on their side of the political aisle. Crazy how that changes like that.
Unless you get raped and killed by migrants, in which case, you fuck your life.
Human rights are important, and nations can be protected, whether they are big or small. Putin cannot accept one simple thing, that somewhere people can live differently and enjoy a life that is not the one he prefers. That is why he has been consistently trying to break someone, not just now, not just for 4 years, but throughout his entire time in power. He is war itself. Yes. And anyone who supports Putin cannot fail to understand that they are choosing war.
Yeah, but you're choosing war. I mean, the whole EU is choosing war. Oh, God.
No, NATO was promised to Ukraine. NATO was promised to Ukraine, right? That was the deal.
Yep. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay. Now there's this as well going on. In addition to being basically at war with the Russians, the Ukrainians are now sort of basically at war with Slovakia and Hungary, the sort of easternmost edge of the EU, and those countries that are likely to get massively boot-fooked if proper war breaks out. The Ukrainians recently bombed the Druzhba pipeline that carries oil from Russia into Slovakia and Hungary, and they have been blocking both the new sanctions package and oil transfers. So the EU's sort of basically Hungary and Slovakia are very, very bad. However, don't worry, bros, right? the French and the British have figured out how they are going to have peace. They're going to give Ukraine nuclear weapons, right? Which is surely going to fix everything. And I'm pretty sure this is what Boris was like talking about. Apparently they got rumbled doing this because the Russian intelligence services are pretty fucking good. Now, of course, some people would say, this is simply Russian disinformation, disinformation. You know how the Russians lie. But quite frankly, I could totally see the French and the British doing shit like this because they're retarded and insane. And they just, I don't even know what this is the problem. Like, what is the fucking strategic outcome that they are seeking? I am convinced they just want World War III. And they are hoping that if shit goes badly enough, the US will be forced to step in, and then they'll have the war between US and Russia that they so crave, right? So the SVR has claimed that the British and French elites are basically trying to transfer nuclear weapons into Ukraine. It is believed that Ukraine should be supplied with a Wunderwaffe. Kiev would not be able to aspire to more advantageous terms of ceasing the hostilities if it possesses a nuclear or at least a so-called dirty bomb. Berlin apparently has prudently refused to take part in this dangerous venture, which I guess sort of makes sense. Now, I do not know that this is 100% true, but here is my thinking on the subject. The Ukrainians have recently developed a sort of cruise missile they call the Flamingo that they have only launched a couple of times. Now, usually the way it works with air defenses, the computerized ones nowadays, is you've got to sort of see sort of about 6 launches before you can nail down the signature of an incoming missile and sort of intercept it effectively. And the fact they have this new missile, and you could stick a nuclear warhead on it, particularly if it's a very, very small submarine launch ballistic missile, maybe that's what they're planning, right? These dangerous plans of London and Paris prove they have lost touch with reality. This is the Russians saying this, obviously. Their hopes to escape from responsibility are baseless, blah, 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 blah. The Russians have then basically said, if you supply nuclear weapons to Ukraine, we're going to nuke the fuck out of Ukraine and possibly London and Paris. I mean, look, could they just wait until I'm out of London? Is all I ask, right?
No,
I understand the urge to nuke London, but yes, this is from Dmitry Medvedev, who is he's basically the second in command in Russia. He's Putin's second in command, right? There cannot be a shadow of doubt that given the development of such events, Russia will have to use any weapons, including non-strategic nuclear weapons, against targets in Ukraine that pose a threat to our country, and if necessary, against the supplier countries that are becoming accomplices in a nuclear conflict with Russia. This is the symmetrical response to which the Russian Federation is entitled. So apparently, basically, the Russians have sent all of this information straight to the Americans, right? Because there is no way the Americans want this sort of shit, and presumably the Americans will take a look at it and decide whether or not it is legit or not. And there you go. You caught up now, bros. That's that's all the war in under an hour. Fucking me.
Dynamite.
That's how we do it here. That's how we do it. Time for some more super chats.
Absolutely.
The Grey Slayer for $5. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mark Levin has raised the blue flag of super seriousness.
He's super serial, guys. Now he's super serial.
It's like the blue and white flag of unhinged rage at this point. A little accurate for $5. Thank you. Are you saying the USS Gerald Ford is full of Chrysler 300 Americans?
Go ahead.
I don't know. What is a Chrysler?
So what
300?
exactly are you saying, Fist, huh? What exactly do you mean by what you're saying?
I don't know, but it's very interesting that you would say that.
Interesting.
Yeah, are you trying to imply something? Something that might damage your bank account? Might get you doxxed? You wouldn't want to say something interesting now, would you? Kalamadea for $20.
Hello there.
Let him go. Thank you very much. I was 10 when 9/11 happened. I've had to give a shit about the Middle East for most of my life, and I'm tired of it. Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah, mate, dude.
Yeah, that was right in the mommy daddy button.
Fuck, mate. Yeah, I totally understand where you're coming from, man. My fatigue about the Middle East is only surpassed by my fatigue about goddamn Ukraine, right? Because since this shit started, they have literally gutted the entire economy here just so they can like keep sending more fucking money to Ukraine. But yeah, like, look, I feel you on that sentiment. Thank you very much for the super chat,
Thank
mate.
you.
Like, yeah. Vexen for $10.
Hello there.
God bless Waffle. If I ever get back into multiplayer games, I'd be proud to learn every tactic he uses and a few of my own. He truly secures a win no matter what.
I don't know. I can't remember what games he was talking about, but he was going into like detail about swapping things out, switching out this with that. He was going into like, it took him probably like 3 straight minutes to describe one match where he intended on making sure he died as long as the other person died. By choice, by the way. It's his preferred method. So it's not fair. It's like how the Moose play, because your opponent is playing trying to win in-game, okay? Waffle tries to win, and I confirm this, by affecting the opposing player emotionally is how he wins in real life. It was awesome, dude. He's such a sick fuck.
I mean, they do call it game theory, after all. Just John, please, for $10. Thank you very much,
Boink,
mate.
yeah, Brad. I love that one.
Yeah, I've been putting some new stickers up. Are we finally talking about the invasion we've experienced in New Jersey? Major problem in Lakewood, Toms River, and Jackson. They're taking over, buying up, reproducing, and spreading. Rinse, repeat, not new. Yeah, well, that's...
I'll have you know that we will be specifically bringing up Lakewood and Jackson, my very good dude. Yes.
Yeah, that's the next segment. Yep. King Spectre for $5. Thank you, mate. Artie was able to sniff out the alt influence. Impressive. Very nice.
I always say I have a good sniffer, okay? Because I really am like a dog. Like I'm an idiot, but I bark at evil, you know?
Cognito Hazard Cunty for $2. Thank you, mate. Super sticker.
No, we don't even care if the blacks or whites are getting along. We're even down if the yellows and reds get along, okay? Fist bumping. Fist bumping the night away. Thanks, dude.
Very nice. And Dillweed for $10.
Oh, hi there.
If you want more info on Ukraine, a YouTube channel, videos from Mariupol, has vids on life culture divide between East and West, Ukrainian and civilian life. He's a young pro-Russian Ukrainian guy. Yeah, I mean, this is a very good point. People really fail to understand. I've seen this like a lot, that East and West Ukraine are very, very different. It always has been, right? Like that's fundamentally what sort of like kicked the war off. It's a long and complicated story, but yeah, that's me. I have just one more thing to play to lead us into the next segment. Artie, I think you'll enjoy this.
But to the extent that the ADL simply is in the work of trying to, condemn Tucker Carlson or Candace Owens or some of our other major anti-Semites here in the United States or anti-Semitic enablers, I think I just got to be candid. It's worse than useless. I mean, these are people, these anti-Semites are people who to some extent feed off of the condemnation and of groups like the ADL. I don't think it's actually serving the purposes of thriving Jewish life here in the United States.
Interesting it took them so long to come to this conclusion that all this shit is counterproductive. I wonder if this is going to affect the strategy at all.
Build schools, build summer camps, send Jewish teenagers to Israel, give them a sense, invest them in the national debates rather than ask them to be either fervent Zionists or anti-Zionists.
You could do something for the Gentiles, right? I mean, it is the Gentiles whose favor you want, right? You're trying to change the mind of the Gentiles. Why not spend some of that money on the Gentiles? Don't worry about it, right?
But put them into the stream of Jewish life, and that's not really happening to a sufficient extent. And I'll just make one brief comment, Ben. 100 years ago in the United States, there was a thriving Swedish American community in places like Minnesota with Swedish Lutheran churches, Swedish language newspapers. That is completely gone. And if American Jewry isn't careful, that is going to be the fate that befalls American Jewry, at least outside of its most orthodox elements. I think that would be a tragedy for the Jews. It would be a tragedy for the United States.
So integration is bad. Oh, you don't say. And you know, this has absolutely, of course, nothing to do with our next segment, Artie.
Well, speaking of American Mooery, I want to let you guys know, first of all, so it's called I Exposed New Jersey's Mooish Invasion. Originally, this guy was holding an AK-47, and I was going to show you guys and go, you really shouldn't do that in a thumbnail. You really shouldn't. Now, I respect Tyler Oliveira because there's a baseball bat, but this other guy still has a pistol in his hand, okay? So, I mean, that's very trustworthy that he would go out on a limb to do something like that. We're just going to hop into it. I'm just going to show you the beginning because it's you owe it to yourself to watch this afterwards.
You're not welcome here. You're not welcome in a lot of other places based on your videos.
You don't own this place. You don't own America.
No, you should move on. Nobody wants you here. Please move on.
Tyler, you confirm that anti-Semitism is lucrative, huh?
I obviously thought that we should pay for their money, so why don't you move to a different country? Why don't you go back to Israel? That would be my question. You got like public safety. I'd say 150 calls by you. What are they calling about? People trying to live quiet.
You two gentlemen, I saw a video of you walking into 136 Hillside. They asked not to come back.
Amazing.
If you come back, it'll be a trespass.
So you say anti-Semitism, I say anti-Goyism.
The Jewish community is extremely racist.
Bro, do you see how many subscribers he has? Say how many subscribers he has.
8.85 million, bro.
It's really hard to put the toothpaste back in the tube, don't you think?
Dude. Wait, has his channel like just exploded, or has he been around for a while?
No, he's been around for a while, but I mean, that's in the top 0.001% right there.
Yeah, that's girthy as fuck.
That's more than the Daily Wire, you know?
Oh, seriously?
I'm almost positive. Somebody check how many subs the Daily Wire has.
Yep, chat. How many subs does the Daily Wire have? We need to know.
You have a group of people that call themselves God's people. You are a Semite supremacist.
Elon Musk has 12 kids.
A Semite supremacist, okay? Now, I think we should carry these forward, okay?
Yeah, well,
white supremacist, Semite supremacist.
Technically, the term for Mooish racism against whites or Christians is called Loxism, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I think Semite supremacist is going to take off a lot more.
Yeah, no. I'm just saying. I think anti-Goyism is totally keno, mate. Like,
no, but this
numbers.
channel. Well, how big of a channel would you hear say Goy and Gentile 4 years ago? How large? What the largest channel would have been?
Dude,
not a million subs.
Listen to this, man. Right? Yeah. The chat has fucking deets.
Yep.
Daily Wire has 3.28 million subs.
Yeah.
Daily Wire Plus is 3.28 million, which means that this guy has more subs than both the Daily Wire and Daily Wire Plus.
Yeah, and he's been covering very contentious topics.
Dude.
That's what I'm saying, dude. I gotta start breezing through this video.
Why can't I have 12 kids?
He pays for them. You're arguing that I should pay for your kids.
I'm arguing that the government said.
That's our money. I pay taxes.
Excuse me, sir. What are you doing? Did I call the cops on you?
We may be in a corrupt hellhole. So what am I being pulled over for?
We got a call. Keep your hands on the steering wheel when you do so.
This is Lakewood, New Jersey, home to one of the largest and fastest growing Orthodox Jewish communities in America, having anywhere from 6 to 10 kids per family, causing the community's rapid growth to spill into the neighboring towns of Jackson, Toms River, Brick, and Howell, causing non-Jewish residents to fear that their town will soon be turned into Little Jerusalem, just like Lakewood.
The tactics within this community, I would liken it to organized crime.
You were the vice chairman of the Israel Advisory Committee for Donald Trump in 2016. How did you get a relationship with the White House? Who in the White House?
I don't want to say.
Who are we messing with here right now, Chris? Is this video a mistake, man?
I'm going to be honest. The powers out here are pretty immense.
It's not about Jackson. Jackson is a test case. If it isn't squashed soon, is going to take over the entire country.
It's already a problem in all the surrounding towns. You have billionaires from Lakewood being involved, people connected to the president of the United States.
In New Jersey, is there room for a two-state solution?
No, there's clearly not. I think it's going to be a fight.
I ride around Lakewood. There are near Lakewood, outside of Lakewood, and all these towns around Lakewood. There are housing developments where Goyim live. There are no Yidden there yet, but all these housing developments. Someone who they could turn it around. We saw what happened in Lakewood itself. There are a lot of other opportunities if people want to take that jump and become a shtickle pioneer.
As the Orthodox Jewish community consolidated political power.
Yeah,
you could be a shtickle pie. What is it? What is a shtickle? That sounds like some kind of like spiced,
soul
like
crushing to
kosher
see
pickle.
who rules over you? Isn't it just soul crushing every time?
I'm sure that's like a kosher spiced pickle, right? A shtickle?
It's got to be.
We're in Lakewood, taking majority control of the township committee, planning board, zoning board, and school board, financially depleting the public school system for non-Jewish kids, overwhelming local infrastructure, and turning a once quiet town into a densely populated, over-trafficked Jewish enclave, prioritizing Jews over non-Jews. Before I investigate the Jewish takeover of Lakewood and of the nearby town of Jackson, I first want to visit the town where the blueprint was born, Muncie, New York.
Someone like David Badner saw the opportunity a few years ago. He bought several 50 to 100 houses in Muncie. I believe that he single-handedly, in a certain way, turned around Muncie. These are opportunities that come up every once in a while, and someone has to step up to the plate.
Hello News. Thanks for meeting up on such short notice, man.
Local Goy reporter. I don't know if you saw that on the
Someone has to step
bottom
up
left.
to the plate.
Hello News.
Local Goy reporter. He is not fucking around. Okay.
Oh my God.
Thanks for meeting up on such short notice, man.
My Munslandians, no, we here. We outside. We outside.
When did you notice Muncie began to form as a Hasidic Jewish enclave?
I would say 20 years ago,
Now, I would love to just sit here and watch the thing the entire time. How do you think the black guy is going to be received compared to I know it's Oliveira, but you guys know me, okay? The white guy, Tyler Oliveira. Let's see.
The majority white Jewish men voting for public school students that they don't care about. Yeah, and they purposely go out their way to isolate us. They're basically isolated to the point where we feel like this isn't our home.
A lot of people like to say they're ducking taxes and all that. There's truth and lies to that, but I could only tell you that I've only seen the bad part. The bad part is I've seen houses get broken down. I've seen certain spaces, buildings get destroyed for let's just say for more kosher customs. You feel me? So
I want to thank you for showing our community. I don't believe in hiding. I believe we have a tremendous amount to be proud of. And like every community, we're different. We have our goods. Other communities have their positives.
So what's really important about this too is it specifically focuses on Mooish orthodoxy. All the time, it's undefined about what's meant by Mooish, right? This is very, very specific and actionable.
You know what I find really interesting is like when because I was doing history on this. You should check it out on my channel Monday nights 8 p.m. We just covered the third part of the Jews in England. Back then, right? Like they were like forced to wear funny hats so that they could be like so the Christians could tell them apart. And now they just like do it on their own. It's
Well,
so
that's
weird.
their N-word. They're reclaiming it.
Yeah.
Tell me about what are some of the best things about this community. Then?
Tonight at sundown, we shut our phones, we shut our cars, we go to shul. The most beautiful part of our religion. Do you understand that Orthodox Jews can be anywhere? The sun is coming down, and it's the last opportunity to pray what's called mincha, which is afternoon services. They could be in the most important meetings, and they'll go pray, and they could care less about anything happening. The same things with Shabbos. We come home, our families are waiting. We sing Shalom Aleichem. We welcome in the Shabbos, and you'll say back Aleichem Shalom, right?
Could they feed 10 kids without those programs?
I am one of 10 children.
You're driving a G-Wagon, bro.
Okay. Could they feed 10 kids without these programs? We had a moo that was really excited about Moodyism. Now we have the bottleneck moo of what are you doing in my neighborhood? Like going to a black neighborhood, for example. And then, this moo analogously has extensions in his hair, his nails done, right? This is essentially who he's talking to in the moo community.
So we need more money for them programs, is what you're saying.
I mean, well, let's hear. He's one of 10 kids. What do you think?
My father was never on any welfare. I used to reuse sandwich bags to save my father a penny.
That's great for you.
You're not welcome here, and you're not welcome in a lot of other places based on your video.
What about me, though? Now, Tyler Oliveira is not welcome there, okay? Now, we know how they feel about white people. We really mean, when we say goy, we mean white, don't we?
Yeah.
Seems to be the target.
Yeah, does seem to be the target, yeah.
Now, how do you think he feels about the black guy?
Well, probably not great. The Schwarzer, which is the Yiddish term, is not usually sort of like well liked.
Okay.
Oh, I love you, man.
Ah!
I love you, man. We can't do anything without the blacks, dude. I love you guys. I love you blacks so much. You know what we do with you people. I have to love you. Look at him. Now he's happy again because he's thinking about how he gets to manipulate the blacks. Very nice. Very clever.
You are funny.
You don't own this place. You don't own America. I can do whatever I want.
Whatever you want.
Get in your G-Wagon. It's work.
You're not trying to bring people together. You never did. You never will. It's who you are. Somebody hurt you deeply, and I'm sorry.
He was right. Someone
God.
did hurt me. Whoever told my sponsors to pull out after making one video exploring a community of welfare-addicted Jews. If you want to help me avoid...
Mind you, he's going around calling them to their face welfare-addicted moose. And then he's going to be like, you don't like the word addicted? Okay, dependent. What word do you want to use? Here. What word instead? Completely antagonizing him. So, my files are telling me I have another timestamp here. And now we're going to let this run for a little bit.
But why did you reach out to me?
But towards the end of the video, you saw the altruism in the community, and you seem to respect that. And since I could see that you seem to me to have a sincere desire to actually get the real fact.
Now, this is classic. He's being buttered up with that kippah. I didn't even try and say it. You can tell how what kind of conversation the Moo wants to have with you. Like, you seem reasonable. It's the mafia. You seem like a reasonable guy. So yeah, I want to sit down and talk to you. Like all the other guys. There's something special about you, kid.
No, this is how they sound you out, basically, right? Like they give you the retarded arguments, right? And if you're stupid enough to fall for them, then they'll let you on your way and they'll pat you on the head and be like, good goy, right? But if you see through those arguments, right, then it gets escalated to another level.
Well, so they've done a lot of escalation on Tyler Oliveira, so it hasn't worked. So he's reverting back to, okay, well, let me try to do nice guy routine since bad guy routine isn't scaring this guy, right? And this guy's in a position of power as well.
Oh, of course. Just look at him.
Because, if you were just bigoted against us, you wouldn't be struck or commenting on the altruism in our community.
But you casually toppled the Jackson government. A, what does that mean? B, how did you get a relationship with the White House?
You casually toppled the Jackson government.
Yeah, well, you got to understand, Audie, that government was promised to us 3,000 years ago.
Casual? Look at this suit. Does that look casual to you? How dare you? Demean.
You got to break that accent out more, honestly.
House. I never spoke to DOJ. I did speak to people in the White House twice to tell them what was going on because...
Who in the White House?
I think I don't want to say.
First off, though, so you mentioned Jackson's a continuation of Lakewood. You toppled the governments. You went to the White House willy-nilly. Called? Okay. You're connected to the White House.
By the way, I rarely leave my house.
Which just goes to show the scale of your connections, in my opinion. I hear this voice from him. I'm like, shiver me timbers. Who am I dealing with a little bit here, right? Like, this guy's...
Little old
like,
man.
all right.
See, now this, the laughing, the touching, the handshaking, attempt at being reasonable. Even though the guy he's talking to knows that this man, toppled the local leadership in townships and it moves from area to area in New Jersey. But this is trying to butter him up.
Of course.
And you might be wondering, why are mega wealthy Jewish power brokers connected to Donald Trump trying to set the record straight with a lowly goy tuber like myself? It's all begs the question. Why are they so afraid of me?
Dude.
Goy tuber. Fuck.
Dude, he is on a generational run. Can we agree on that? I know Nick Fuentes does, but this dude's going out there and then editing these videos and saying all the stuff that used to be not have any light shown on it. And now he's normalizing this language, which it's hard to go back after it's out this much out in the open.
Yeah, you can't de-virginize the olive oil, as someone said in the chat. We got a couple of super chats. Should we?
Sure. Yeah.
Sure. Noises for $10.
Oh, hello there.
Please tell Artie what I told you in DMs on X about Moses Hess. He's the 1800 Zionist Moo that introduced the ideas of German philosophy to Marx and was even called the Red Rabbi. Yeah, I really need to read into Moses Hess. So apparently he was a big influence on Marx, essentially. And he is the fundamental link between Moodeism and Marxism. Thank you very much for reminding me, Gnosis. I've really got to do some research on Hess. Thank you. King Spectre for $10. Look at him go.
Oh Lord. Hold on. Thank you, bro.
Every time I see a segment or God forbid a conference with bovines discussing their mooery, I can't help but channel my inner Artie and scream, and then for no fucking reason at all. Yes, and then for no reason at all, you go to the next video, which I presume is what he's talking about, right? You know, yeah. Thank you very much, Mr. Blue for $2. It's just hundreds of schmoolies. Yeah, indeed, a century of schmoolies. And King Spectre again for $2. Of course, he loves the bioweapon. I have no idea what you're talking about, mate. Oh my god. Right, super chats achieved. Let's keep going.
Yes, absolutely. However, I would be remiss if I ignored this. Do you know what this means, Fest? Can you read that?
I walked up to Bob Dylan on stage. Who the fuck are you? I don't know.
You know what that's referencing?
No.
Terrific.
Okay, I had 200,000 people with Bill Graham. In 1975, I walked Bob Dylan up on stage. Who the fuck are you?
That is a Mooish man having an absolute meltdown because he didn't amount to anything in his life. So he started harassing a random street performer. That quote I say all the time to my friends. Who the fuck are you? We say that all the time. Thank you very much for that.
What the fuck even is that physiognomy?
Yeah, I know.
God, it looks like something out of like, oh my god.
Yeah, that proves evolution does exist because it's trying to evolve into a human. So here we go. Continuing.
I think that they just don't want you to portray Lakewood in a bad way. That's really all it is.
Is there any bad to see?
There's bad to see everywhere. It's good to see everywhere.
Exactly. Good, bad, and the ugly everywhere, right?
100%. I used to live here in Lakewood when I was in 9th and 10th grade. I love Lakewood. There's so much Jewish life here. It's so easy to be Jewish and everything's cheaper. It's amazing here.
Why did Lakewood become such a large Jewish hub?
So I think it started with BMG, Beis Medrash Gavoa, and then you had a lot, you know BMG.
Yeah, tell me more about BMG though, right? I hear it's like the Harvard of yeshivas.
Yes, it's top notch. You just sit and learn all day. You already finished your high school phase. Most people went to Israel already, came back. And they just sit and learn all the time. It's amazing. I used to do it when I was a teenager. Lakewood's an amazing place.
At what point do we call that radicalizing, by the way?
I mean, especially if they're teaching Kabbalah, right? Like that stuff is freaking crazy. Oh, it's probably luring Kabbalah. I bet you any freaking money because they're all like Hasids. Like
they just get to sit there and study all day. Like I don't know. In the like Christian community, like how often does one like study Christianity? Like I feel like with Christianity, it's a lot more straightforward. So at a certain point, you're now evangelizing essentially, because like okay, I've looked up a lot of this. You know, it's been whatever 5 to 10 years, and now I've had so many conversations with people that have been asked so many questions that I now kind of know how to answer a lot of these and quote scripture because you know there's a set of rules. With the Moos, they're like, there's so many rules in this thing. I mean, oh my God, it says there's all these laws and rules to break that they spend their entire lives reading it, trying to understand it.
The Christian version of that, right? You only do if you're a monk, really. And you would go to church all day, right? You know, you start in the morning with, I think it's like Vespers, and then you can spend like the whole day in church. You get communion like every day. They read the Bible like while you eat and stuff like that. But that's like the monastic life, right? Like ordinary Christians are not expected to do that. Like this whole like spending your entire time in yeshiva, like studying the Kabbalah, man, that's not going to be good for you.
Everything, and I think I've seen your videos all over. I just think that people get nervous and stuff like that, but you're just coming here filming the truth, and you're working just like we are. That's it. We're all in the same boat.
What should we know about Lakewood?
Great place. You're always welcome here.
Thank you. Yeah, we got it's welcoming for the most part. If you guys are fired up, we try to give them the chance to speak, have a conversation.
Do a little.
What whisper did we miss?
Nothing. I gotta go now, but
I love it. To a T. A guy gets a whisper, then he goes quiet. Would you like to say anything? How you doing? Or with this guy whispering in his brethren's ears, he comes up when they're talkative and sweet, and he goes psst, 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 and then they stop talking. It is miraculous. Tyler, good to meet you. What's your name?
If I say something,
wait, isn't that exactly what Antifa does?
Dude, all the time. At every protest you see, if someone's having an interview, they walk up to him, whisper to him, and try and guide him away. Incredible.
It all comes from them, doesn't it? It's literally all from them. God damn.
We just met up with a guy. He was like pissed off that we like come around here and explore. This guy's killing me, dude. The psst, psst. He's treating you like a child.
The whole world's gonna laugh so like. I know.
This is pathetic. He's treating you like a child. Who is this guy?
Why are you guys
This
being
is
told what to say?
pathetic. Let the man speak. Okay, does that not look like suspicious activity?
Why is there so much secrecy if you have nothing to hide?
Why would he do that? He's the head whisperer. All right, tell me what you're gonna say.
What's money everyone makes in this town? Crazy amount.
What?
police is also going to follow us. Just FYI.
Gonna follow us.
There's a police response, special response unit, and the cops.
Now, what do you think a special response unit is, Fist?
Would it be the Mooish police? Just the
boy.
Shomrim?
Your
right?
intuitions are getting real. You've been talking to Avi a lot, dude.
Oh,
Wow.
I have, right? Like, you know, he was saying, like, one of the great things about being Mooish and living in a Mooish area is like you've got your own police and your own fire department, your own private security, which means that they're not bothered by any of the mass immigration, which is great. You know,
now when you think of the Mooish police, do you think dressed up like police officers that might have a little bit wacky of a nose, or do you think a Mooish cop is going to be wacky water slide side curls with a little vest on? Which one do you think it's going to be?
Well, from what I've seen of the Shomrim in the UK, they basically look like cops. As far as I can tell.
Let's see.
Had their internal monologue that they're going to just trail us around.
Amazing. So given that the cops are being called so often, they're just going to follow us around all day. Land of the free, home of the brave. And then I stumbled upon a kosher collision. Another example of Lakewood's infamous
kosher collision, dude. He's not fucking around. He's playing for keeps.
A kosher collision. Oh my God.
Terrible driving. We're just showing how densely trafficked it is out here, how much traffic there is. We wanted to show some of the driving differences out here.
I don't think you're saying a fair statement. This has nothing to do with dense driving.
Oh, what does it have to do with bad driving skills or snow?
Totally because of the snow.
Fair.
Totally because of the snow. Look at the street behind him. There's not a drop of snow on the road itself.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they must be terrible drivers because every single one of them is trying to cut corners all the time, right? Like you know.
Well, cut corners. Not only that, but when you're driving and you do something wrong, you go, oh, well, I need to improve my driving. You have a level of accountability, which is required to be a decent driver. They probably cut a corner, hit the curb, and call the city to fix the curb. Like over and over again.
I don't mean cutting corners as in corners on the road. I mean just generally about everything, right? Like any system of rules that everyone is meant to follow. They're always seeking personal advantage to get around those rules. That's what I mean. So any complex system like traffic that relies upon everyone following the same rules
bend to them
is doomed, essentially.
Yes.
I understand what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
That's not what happened. There were actually no one on the road.
Totally fair, okay. You need help getting pushed? All right.
Well, why are you making up a story? Because you need a documentary. There was not one car inside that accident.
Oh, you just hit the wall.
That's it.
You didn't hit anyone?
No.
Do you need help getting pushed? Okay, we're going to get out of here. Oh, you're good. More than anyone else.
Okay, this gets weird, and I need your expertise on this, Fist, okay? I'm
Okay.
not being facetious right now. First, he doesn't want to talk to him. Now he's
Right.
going to act like the guy needs a job, okay?
Right.
Now, watch how creepy and weird this gets.
Agree. No, I mean, I'm employed. I employ a lot of people, actually.
You make money for doing nothing.
For doing nothing? Do you think moving capital and charging interest is something more valuable than I do, or what?
This guy, this Moo just gets into a fucking look at his face. He just crashes his car, and then fucking Tyler Oliveira walks up on him, and he's like, "Oh, really? Oh, I don't provide value in society." Is what you're saying? Really?
Fuck. Oh my God.
I think you should write about
Tell me.
the hundreds of thousands of people that do favors to people every day.
Tell me more.
Open up a book. You never saw so many charity organizations as they have here on Lake.
I know there's so many 501c3s. It makes me wonder. Are they all charitable? Are they fiending for tax exemptions? You know, would you say this is a great place to move to for a young family? If I have a kid or a wife, a young wife? Okay. Not just the Jews.
My best friends are going.
Okay, respect. What do we have here? We have a... Hey, it's good to meet you.
You see that?
I saw it. What is the name of that organization once again? Okay, good to meet you, man.
Look at the emergency kosher response unit to make sure that he gets kosher. He gets taken care of according to the book, just in case.
Fuck.
The money they have, dude, in this town.
No, I mean, but this is the thing, right? When you're ethnocentric, you can do this,
right?
Whites could have this. Whites could have a community with only white people, with like special white police, right? That are just like there for like when whites get into trouble. They could totally do this, right? It's just they are allowed to do all of this shit. We are not. I'm not actually against this kind of behavior. I just want everyone to be able to do it. Obviously, I'm against them like taking over fucking Lakewood, right? But you know,
well, so there is like you can file as being Mooish for some of these organizations.
Right. I bet they do have a lot of 501c there. I bet you any freaking money is probably like
but
5 charities per square
You're
meter.
gonna see, but the difference is if you are a Christian organization, Christian means something. If you're a Mooish organization, what does that mean? I think that is the issue.
Oh,
Right?
yeah, right.
See you later. And we have Hatzola up here to help the community. Yeah, this guy doesn't even know what the First Amendment is. Don't be a joker, bro. Come on. Yes. Come over here.
Now, isn't this strange? Did he get a call? Did something happen? Did someone say something to him? Now, why is he walking on foot over to Tyler? Peculiar, don't you think?
Who is this gentleman?
This is the guy that was just in a car accident in his car.
Oh, so he's gotten on the phone.
Maybe. I don't know.
He's talked to the group chat, and they're like, "Did you see that horrible goyim going around filming us? He's spreading all these lies about us by filming what's going on."
Odd move right now.
You like a second number zone. What's your Instagram? You have Facebook?
No, I don't have.
Look at these hundreds. My phone number's been leaked.
You're a little child. Give me a number. I promise you.
Why are you insulting?
I'm not insulting.
You just insulted.
You just called him a child, and then he's trying to get his phone number.
Come on, I'm a little child.
Give me a number. I promise I'll make it work for you.
All right, look, give me your email. Give me your email.
732. Give you my number.
All right, and what was your first name?
Bullshit.
We're gonna do some big stuff.
You're afraid.
You're afraid. Do you see like the effeminate, duplicitous, hot and cold back and forth? It's like inherent. You're a child. Come on, let's work with you. You need a job? I'll give you a job. You're afraid, aren't you?
Yeah, because you know what it was. He didn't get his phone number, so he couldn't fucking call up like their local version of Messiah.
Oh, like they
down and like find his home address and send some people around there.
Right.
I don't even know what's going on. Oh man, these guys are next level. I feel like I got dropped off on an alien planet. And you might be wondering, what is Hatzola and how are they able to blast through red lights like that?
It's like a community watch, but they think they are cops. If you notice, they had their lights on and they just ran a red light,
just like a police officer would do. No uniform. They had the Jewish uniform on, white pants and the pearls. In a police car is what it looked like, but he's not a police officer, and he's blasting through the lights like he is a cop. There's a Hatzola billboard right there, Mike. What is that for?
I mean, you're asking me questions. I don't know if I have the answers to why. Because once again, there's competing Hatzola. You have competing groups of these
of a non-profit volunteer
Wait,
emergency service.
This is literally like the libertarian paradise. Remember when libertarians are like, the government shouldn't have the police. What they should have is like competing police services, and you can subscribe to whichever one you want.
Yeah, that isn't that great. Competing police services. That'll work out real good.
God.
Yes, it sounds like a business, right? But literally every organization out here is a tax-exempt 501c3. If you dig through the filing, go on ProPublica.com, you'll be surprised to realize everything basically is a tax-exempt 501c3.
Yes, because it's all through the religions.
What are your concerns? Why are we interviewing you?
Goyim spokesman, dude.
Wait, can you do super chats? I got to take a whiz real quick.
Oh, sure. Absolutely, mate. What do we got? We left off on what? Bioweapon? I believe. Was this red? Blue lick? $5? Mandatory. I don't like the moose, and this hatred should be in the Pledge of Allegiance. I shall censor the moose, so help me God. In Minecraft, sorta. We understand. We understand how you feel. But we're better than them, which means we have to lose every time, okay? Master Shake, $2. What's up, buddy? Bros, are we going to do the State of the Moonion? I don't know, man. I'd need Fist for that. I don't know. What am I going to do with that? Is there some sort of streamer drama with it? Because I could do it then. King Spectre, $5. Thank you very much. What is the physiognomy? Remember, folks, chosen people. I know. I on one hand, I'm sad that Fist never saw that video. I owe it to him to show him the entire video.
Wait, I'm back. Which video is this?
Remember what Pinocchio taught us. Long nose equals liar from Blue Lick. Thank you. And also, JLM Knight for $5. Sorry, guys. Had to step away from stream. We can continue now. Thanks. Literally essentially what you just did, dude. It's getting too meta, fellas. It's getting too meta.
Wait.
Right. Yeah.
Didn't just John play Fist? You're going to do an episode about when and how this invasion started in my state. You mean New Jersey? Just John, please. I don't really know about the history of it. I mean, we're probably going to do a series on the history of the moves in America, though.
See,
thanks.
yeah. What happens in America is more my speed.
Yeah.
I just care about what happens in America. Now, back to the Goyim spokesman.
So I think I echo the concerns of many non-religious people in my area. And the biggest concern is how one group of people gets to act that is separate, segregated from everybody else.
And that group being Jews.
Yes, Jews, exactly. Yeah, 100%. But you know what? It's in my area, it's Jews. In other areas, like you obviously see the Somalian, right? In Minnesota, there's things that are happening all over the area. But yes, in my particular area, it is Jews. And it's Jews that are expanding their territory.
Okay, so my name is Jenna Galarza. I've lived in Jackson for approximately 23 years. I want to say it really started affecting me when I had my children. I have twins. They're 20 now. In assimilation perspective, you want to be able to teach your children how to talk to other children and, be part of.
This is exactly what Joel Webben was just talking about with Nick Fuentes, where he has to explain to his children what this completely opposite culture that doesn't respect them. Like, how do you explain that to your 7-year-old kid?
Yeah. I mean, without sparking like massive conflict.
Yep.
Other cultures. And that was when it really started hitting me.
What hit you?
Let's say if I would go to a store, which was closer to Lakewood, I'm pushing a double stroller, I have twins. And I noticed that nobody would hold the door open for you. At one point, a door literally got slammed on my twin stroller. And I was just like, whoa. At that point, there wasn't a lot of Orthodox living in Jackson, but they were coming to our parks a lot. And they would come to the parks, busloads, vans full. And the park would just get turned upside down. I mean, we're talking about diapers being changed anywhere and being thrown on the floor. We're talking about children literally urinating in public and absolutely not interacting with.
Really not treating it like their own. Treating it like it belongs to somebody else. We can both agree, right? Now, now tell me if you can see this coming. Let me know if anyone's ever heard this one.
Don't sell. Why would you move? Stay strong, right?
Would they sell?
They would sell because it just got too much. And anytime you would say anything about it, you were anti-Semitic. I mean, there were Facebook pages created just to slander me. They would manipulate pictures of me. They would put, Russian hats on me, a Hitler mustache. These were things that were even coming out of Israel.
Things that were even coming out of Israel. This is the level of that. Especially the New York, New Jersey moves are all global moves to the fullest extent possible because that's where they originally settled in the United States.
Yeah, right.
At one point, there was a post where, somebody had said that, she needs to have an ice pick in her eye, and something like that. I did go to the prosecutor's office and my Jackson Strong page was taken down for no good reason at all. It was just taken down. There was a page, Rise Up Ocean County, which was a pretty important part of everything that was happening. That page was taken down also. However, it was hijacked. So when our page was taken down, just for stating the facts, when you're bringing out the Kaporis incidents, when they're cutting the necks of the chickens and blood is pouring through the streets, and then you're talking about that and you're posting videos and all of a sudden your Facebook page gets taken down, only to be replaced with a complete anti-Goyim harassment page. And you could report that page over and over. And you could have a campaign of people reporting that page, yet that page remained up.
Do you want Lakewood to be predominantly Muslim? Just you personally?
No.
And why?
Because say
they don't want to kill you.
I'm fine with people moving in, but to have Jewish schools, we have to have a critical mass of Jews here to support.
They have to have a critical mass of moos there. What an odd way to phrase that, wouldn't you say?
It sounds a bit racist to me, honestly, right?
I'm saying critical mass from now on, easily.
Critical mass, yeah.
That's what they say.
Jewish schools, to have kosher grocery stores, supermarkets, we have to have a critical mass of Orthodox Jews here to support kosher supermarkets. By the way,
so using that logic, why would anyone in Jackson want Jackson to have more Jews move? If you're arguing there needs to be a critical mass for
how are we infringing on their right to, in their ability to do whatever they want?
I'm not saying you are, but why would they want that? Why would it be bigoted?
They don't have to want or not want. If somebody's selling their house to an Orthodox,
they don't have to not or want not want it. It's legal. This is the framework of their minds right now. Well, it doesn't matter what you want. It's fair and square, right? We're allowed to do it.
I wonder what the crime rate is like in is it Jackson, that place?
Jackson and Lakewood.
It makes me wonder if there are any particular kinds of crimes that are notably around that area.
Yeah. What? Moo collar crimes?
Oh, yeah.
Jew.
Yeah.
The Orthodox Jew is allowed to buy the house.
Sure, but I'm talking about people who are not selling their houses to Orthodox Jews.
Then they have the right to do that.
Of course, but that doesn't make them a bigot to not want it. It doesn't mean they're hateful. It doesn't mean they hate you.
What is it of their lifestyle that we're going to change?
All right, so we can start with the traffic. Infrastructure-wise, they're just throwing up these ginormous.
On one hand, they're saying they're going to come in and do whatever they want because it's legal, and on the other hand, they go, "Well, what are you afraid of us? Look at us. We're small people. Always the hot and cold.
Always."
Structures. They tend to have basement apartments also, so they'll rent those out. Right now, there is probably upwards 2,000 to 3,000 homes that have been bought and are just being rented out right now by the Orthodox community that they will move in when they're ready to move into them. There's been a problem with light pollution. Now we're seeing just LED lights everywhere. There's a lot of issues. And then let's just talk about the thing that breaks my heart more than anything, which is the school system. So what's happening is our Board of Education is going bankrupt. Between the formula in the state giving all of the money to the poorer communities, which has been proven to not work, we're losing that kind of funding, but we're being depleted from the busing. We are required by state law to provide busing to all of the private school students. Why are we paying for busing for schools that are not teaching a standard curriculum? If 80% or 90% of their curriculum is religious studies, why are the taxpayers paying for that busing? And then to add insult to injury, we have recently sold 2 of our schools, and they have been bought in.
So just to go back to the retarded debate that we started with this, right?
Yeah.
They don't seem to have a separation between church and state at all. And they seem to be doing really well. They have religious education entirely.
No. They have the intermediary. The NGO acts as the goy that's allowing them to not have a direct that allows them to have plausible deniability. As long as everything goes through an NGO, so we really have to do something about these NGOs, which I guess we can talk more in depth about at a later date.
But I was reliably informed by that Foyd, right, that it is impossible for a society to work unless you have separation of church and, well, not church and state, separation of church and religion, of state and religion.
Yeah.
Right? Otherwise it's not America. Presumably.
Right. And how terrible would it be if it was Christians?
Oh, well, of course. I mean, the Christians might teach the kids the wrong thing. Unlike the Moos, of course, who are going to teach the kids all the
already existing. It already exists.
Look, what kid doesn't need to understand the Zohar, right? I mean, come on,
by the Orthodox community.
Who are you, Chris?
I am a councilman in Jackson, New Jersey.
And what are we in front of right now?
We're in front of the former Sylvia Rosenauer School. The school was unfortunately shut down due to budget issues in Jackson. It was purchased by a private school.
Okay, so this is a private Jewish-only school right now?
Yes. As the state cuts our funding, we continue spending more and more public money on private schools, and it's kind of creating the perfect storm that's destroying our public education system.
So all of the school systems are completely strained by the influence of the Jewish non-students. They don't even use the public school system, but yet it costs the public school system a lot of money.
We Orthodox Jews, we pay the full school taxes to support the public schools and for busing. And the only thing that we get to use is busing.
You take Jackson Township, their pass-through budget was nothing in 2017. What pass-through laws are, they're federal state laws where it says that the school system has to pay for the busing of private school students. The more people that moved into Jackson, they go to school in Lakewood. So no, Jackson has to bus their kids to Lakewood. Now they don't bus non-Jewish students. They have segregated busing. So you have girls bus, boys bus. It costs
segregation. I thought segregation was really bad. I remember being told by during the 1960s, segregation is the worst thing ever. I can't believe that.
Interesting.
They need to be liberated from segregation, Artie, clearly, right? I mean, this is very bad and very, very, very racist. What they need is to take a whole bunch of Schwarzes from Chicago and stick them in Lakewood. Right, so that they can understand the joys of diversity clearly, right?
We'll see what he says about it.
Millions of dollars. While at the same time, it decreases the enrollment that they have. So when the enrollment decreased, couple that with a really shit school funding formula in New Jersey, the towns spend way more money and they get way less in return.
And now in a modern day and time, who thinks it's okay to separate boys and girls, not allowing them to be together, not allowing them to go to school together, be on the same bus? And because of a religious practice, you're forcing the public to pay extra money for things like that.
We have to send our children to religious schools because of the values that are taught in the secular schools. If our population changes, schools consolidate. We're not the first place that's happened, nor the last place.
The Jewish community is extremely racist. Could you imagine if I said that my children could not play with somebody's children because they were Black? What a different conversation we would be having. Why is it okay?
We only eat kosher food. If our kids play in a non-religious Jew's home, they might be given non-kosher food to eat.
Yeah, so the reason why we separate the whites from the blacks because the blacks they're eating like this like dirty lint covered fried chicken. Like our kids don't want to eat that. We want them to eat that. This argument does not work for anything else.
Yeah, I mean this whole like separate food supply thing like is literally ancient. It goes back it goes way, 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 way back. Like it's insane. Like they were never going to integrate, right? Integration is seen as like literally a sin, particularly among the Orthodox.
Also, we generally don't have television at home and don't want to bring the secular values of homosexuality, of adultery, theft, of cursing, and go on and on.
Do you think it would make the news when Christians say that if the Christians took over an area?
Oh,
like
yeah.
that and segregated themselves?
Well, I mean,
we are living in a Christian white supremacist country.
What color are the Christians, Artie? Right? You know, like if it was
right.
like, you know, if it was
or
like
are they
black,
Judeo-Christian?
If it was sort of like black and brown, like Unitarians, it'd probably be okay. But then again, they don't believe in anything really. So, you know.
We don't want to bring this into our society. The Orthodox Jews are paying full property tax, which is how the schools are funded. And we don't get the benefit of the school building, the school teachers. We have to also pay for our private education. So they're getting our money and we're getting nothing for it.
Funding's going to go down. You're going to have to make cuts. You're going to have to keep closing schools. They just shut down another big school, which is going to be converted into, might be one of the world's largest yeshivas right here in town. Let's be real. New Jersey State is essentially a criminal organization because everything they do is for some type of special interest, for somebody to benefit somehow.
They take a house, they get that house built for a public mikvah only for Jewish people, right? So they say it's for the public, but it's not. It's just for a select private group of people. The house is now a 501c religious organization, so it doesn't pay taxes, so the town loses the tax money. Yep. And then, like in this case, that mikvah was being built before it was even approved, so everyone sees that.
This is going to be a mikvah, which is a religious bathhouse.
Building before it's even approved, which I assume the Muzzies are able to do as well, right? And then this is how it expands so rapidly.
Yep. Because anyone who like tries to block the building is going to get accused of being an anti-Citrite.
Well, they also have a bunch of lawyers, so they can speed up or slow down the system.
Yeah.
Where women get purified.
Correct.
After their periods?
Yes, and it prepares them for their childbearing time.
Sex.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's little things like this when they get in an area, they put what they need, their special needs. It doesn't benefit the community, anything that they put. It benefits only them.
So this is a house of worship, a shul. This has been operating now probably for about 6 or 7 years. This is one of the ones that we first realized was non-owner occupied. Now, meaning that you have a better chance of not having issues if you live in the home and you have prayer. But nobody was living in this home. Generally you should have to get the proper permits and everything. But our town has been very accommodating for bad behavior. As you could see, they did install a light for them here, so they could safely pull in and out and cross the street.
And that's a symptom of the increased traffic into this location, right? A light just for this house.
Correct. Just for this is zone residential.
As I told you, we have to be together for schools, for synagogues, for kosher food. So you're going to start buying the next block over. That happens to be Jackson and Tom's River. Now it's going into Howell because we're having lots of children, and thank God we're having lots of children. Thank God almost all of them stay religious, get married early, and having children, and community is just growing and growing. So in Jackson,
community.
Wait! Did he just say getting married early? You're not allowed to do that. You are absolutely not. Everybody knows teen pregnancy is like a terrible thing. You need to wait until you're like at least 40, right, to get like married.
Well, you see, they're like Somalians, okay, but whiter. How dangerous is that? Somalians had a 118 IQ. So it's the same thing as the Somalians in Minnesota, except they're smart. Except they actually know how to speak the language. They know how to look like they're assimilating. And then when they're not assimilating, they go, well, my religious freedoms.
Oh, God. And they passed regulations against Orthodox Jews. And not only that, they were harassing us. Let me give you an example. We prayed.
They were harassing us.
3 times a day, morning, afternoon, and evening. So Jackson, they were very unprofessional, very amateurish. So they had their code enforcement department counting the number of Jews on the street, and they left the emails on their Jackson Township email system. So when litigation ensued, it came out in discovery. So they say, I see 3 men wearing the garb, carrying Bibles, going into this house. And the inspectors would actually go onto the property and peer into the window to see if we were praying.
Okay, so the house was zoned residentially, and it is being used as a house of worship?
No, but you could just go in there. The guy owns a house.
It's not a house of worship. You can just go in there. Yeah, can't you just go into a house of worship? Isn't that what that is?
Oh my God.
Do we have some supers?
Yeah. So Theodore McCarthy for $2. Thank you very much. Like the stream, indeed.
Fellas,
Slap
I'm so
that.
silly with that. I'm so plumb forgetful. Thank you, Theodore.
Slap that like button. King Spectre for $10. Look at him go.
Hello, my over here.
Fist is making the connections here. Thank you very much. He spotted the overarching theme of the videos Artie has curated for him: restrictions and separations of powers for us and none for the news.
Yeah, Fist.
Precisely.
Stick with me, and I'll teach you some things. Okay, you're picking up what I'm putting down. Okay. Thank you for that, by the way.
Blue Lick for 5 Canadian loonies. Thank you. Israel is under investigation for sterilizing the entire black population of Mooish Ethiopians by poisoning their water supply between 2015 and 2018. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff like that. Yeah.
Under investigation, I'm sure.
King Spectre for $10.
Yeah,
I don't want my children playing at basketball person's house. I don't like the idea of them eating Dawn dish soap mixed into their food. I feel like that concern is more valid than the kosher BS. Well, that's because you're a racist, right? Like,
right.
Look, your children should be able to eat as much Dawn dish soap as they want, right? What are you? Some kind of a racist? I can't believe it.
Now, if that chicken wasn't killed correctly and in a very, very agonizing and painful way, well, now we're being unethical.
Yeah. Theodore McCarthy for $5. Thank you, mate. Imagine if Somalians were smart enough to get away with fraud long term. Yeah, I'm starting to think they might have had some help, actually. Like, you know what I mean?
They're completely capable of stealing the amount of the GDP of their own country in the United States. You know, that's why they're doing so well.
Yeah. And Seaside for $5. Thank you, mate. Hey, I'm a couple seconds of behind. Can you guys slow it down while I speed it up so it sounds normal? Thanks. For you, Seaside, of course. We will slow the stream down.
Unbelievable. Let me pound through. That gets me every time. Let me pound through these timestamps.
Okay. So you can just go in there and pray. We do it all the time. Just like, when I have the Super Bowl here, I have 50 people here.
Right. So it's just like the Super Bowl that happens once a year, except they can do it whenever they want. It's a Super Bowl whenever you want, so to speak, right?
Contrast to the Super Bowl, how often does this congregation happen per year? Is it every week?
Oh, no, we pray 3 times a day. No.
It's just like a Super Bowl 3 times a day. Oh, fuck it. Dude, the lack of shame is incredible. You see where the left gets it from.
3 times a day versus once a year, though, right? That's an important distinction.
Oh, I'm just saying, but every week they get during football season, get people over watching football, and they get 30 people in the house watching football, right? Anybody in America can do that, and they're not cited for a violation.
You don't think they would have been treated the same if it were a mosque or a church?
There are Christian groups that they were not harassed like we were.
So you guys were singled out, in your opinion?
Yeah, for sure.
What happened to Jackson? What anti-Semitic laws is he referring to in his opinion?
So it's everybody is reacting in their own way, zoning law-wise, to try to fight what they do. And what that is like buying corner lots that are unbuildable, using the RLUPA laws to build on them. So what happened was there was a little bit of a rush to stop Lakewood. I would say about 2010-ish, where you saw different towns making different zoning laws. Brick did its own little thing, tightened up zoning laws in certain areas, and they did it in a way where it wasn't pointing out one religion. Jackson kind of did it in a way where they did point out one religion. But
what does that mean?
So it's like, they tried stopping the shoals in the middle of the houses, but what they did was they worded it and they said things as they were doing. Like the people on the boards were saying stupid shit during the discussion that were anti-Semitic, basically to give them fuel to come in and say, "You guys are making anti-Semitic laws." Okay, it wasn't necessarily.
It could have been the Moos, if you think about it.
Yeah,
saying that stuff and those. That sounds about right, doesn't it? That they would say that.
Yeah, it does sound about right. Yeah.
Necessarily what they were trying to do is how they were trying to do it. Now the council president up there, Mordecai Bernstein, who was a part of it. You have that guy, Richie Roberts. They got the DOJ to do an investigation.
You okay? You eat something? Eat something bad?
That picture, man. Fucking hell.
You guys are making anti-Semitic laws. Okay? It wasn't necessarily what they were trying to do is how they were trying to do it. Now the council president up there, Mordecai Bernstein, who was...
You can't be anti-Semitic to that guy. You can't. You can't. No matter what you say or do, he is that thing. Sorry. I'm not in charge of what reality is, okay? That's not up to me.
Yep.
A part of it. You have that guy, Richie Roberts. They got the DOJ to do an investigation. They sued under our LUPA, and they had the DOJ do an investigation into him. They hammered Jackson. So now it's like Jackson is castrated and cannot even fight it anymore because they got told by the federal government and the state government they get to do whatever the hell they want.
As one could predict.
Yeah, right? I've heard that before. You know.
Now let's skip ahead.
They can't be your friend.
No barking. Look at that.
They don't want to live amongst us. They don't want to live with us. They just want to live and exist and not have us be part of their lives. I mean, we've had people stand up at our council meeting in Jackson and say, I'm sorry, we cannot let our children play with your children.
For the Orthodox community, the reason that we choose sometimes to live with ourselves is because we are, as a culture, very careful with the influences our children have. My children don't have any access to YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, any of these things. And part of that safety is that after school, all of us as neighbors share those same values and rules and restrictions.
It's about unity. It's about assimilation. It's about, the American culture. And that's what we're losing.
Can the Jews and the Gentiles get along?
Absolutely.
Oh, she's at the beginning of her journey when she said absolutely, isn't she? I used to remember saying absolutely. Remember those days? Young, wet behind the ears go, yeah, we can get along. We just need to talk to each other more, right?
Yeah, we just need to have a conversation, mate, right? It'll all sort itself out. It's the blessings of liberalism.
In New York, and how come it was okay for them to live amongst themselves? The key there is assimilation. Their children went to public schools. They worked in the public sector. They invited anybody who wanted to come into their community. They provided for them in their community. Huge difference there. This is not a welcoming community.
I love this guy. I really love everything about this guy. I would love to hang out with this guy, just to fly on the wall and just see what he does all day long. If there was a 24/7 channel of this guy's life, I would pay hundreds of dollars a month to watch it.
Dude, like 70% of that is just going to be him sitting in yeshiva, like rocking back and forward while he fucking reads the
Love it.
the Zohar.
Love it. Yeah, right. Yeah, this guy leads a very exciting lifestyle, right?
This is not somebody who's saying, we're going to build this show. Come on in. We want to teach you a little bit about our religion and our beliefs, but we want to involve you in it. And this has been a topic that I have brought up at several council meetings when there have been times when there's been a project or something that they wanted to approve, and we were trying to kind of, bring it to people's attention that this project is not going to benefit the community as a greater good. The Jewish community is extremely racist, and I would go as far to say—
Here we go.
Inside the New Yorktown invaded.
So look at this guy, all right?
By welfare-addicted Jews.
Thank you. You answered the question.
Was I wrong, though?
I actually think it's not true, but again, you say whatever you want. It's not welfare addicted. This is what it is.
Welfare reliance, welfare dependent. What would be a better?
Programs don't have it.
All right. What are you arguing? That I have an obligation as a taxpayer to fund you and how many kids you want to have. If you want to have 30 kids, that's just how it is.
I'm arguing that if the law is set up to have certain criteria for people and it's going to children, then people who qualify for it, legally qualify for it,
100%.
with no fraud at all, are entitled to get it.
And you'll give me the credit of acknowledging I never said that was fraudulent.
Yes, that's right.
I think it's exploitative by nature, though. Yeah, why don't you throw all your money at them and help sustain their lifestyle? Why do I have to take a cut of my paycheck to go towards Curious Joel's insulated, Hasidic Jewish community that has nothing to do with me? I'll never get anything out of. There's zero upside for them to exist for me.
Anyways, where the government makes criteria for getting financial aid.
Anyway, so the government makes criteria for we know how the system works. Yes. How autistic is it to go, yeah, but the rules are. But hold on, but these are the rules and we're following the rules.
Legalism. It's just legalism. Like, right? The rules benefit us. And then when people are like, yeah, but they don't benefit anyone else, they're like, well, I didn't write the law, except they did write the law.
Yeah. Even that's a lie.
On them. Got 1, 2, 3 police. Surely there's no conflict of interest we're about to experience. I wonder what law they're going to claim I violated. How you doing? My name's Tyler. How are you? Josh, man. Good to meet you, Josh. What's going on? I don't know. We're just getting stalked.
Yeah?
Low-key, yeah.
You look familiar, though.
My name's Tyler Oliveira. We're filming a little YouTube video. That's me, yeah.
So what are you filming out here?
Documentary on Lakewood, surrounding towns. Am I being detained? Is there a probable cause for this interaction? What's going on?
He's got a concern saying that you're walking up to people asking them questions, stuff like that.
Luckily, this is America, and that is the First Amendment, right? It's beautiful. And I get you're doing your job.
Call us, we gotta come out here, right? See what you guys doing, like a documentary?
Exactly. It's a little documentary right now. Hey, how you guys doing? You guys want to say what's up?
What's up?
Okay, well, it's good to meet you guys. I know you guys got more important things to do, but good to meet you guys. Good to meet you. Thanks for keeping it.
Okay, so he's talked to the police, right?
Mate, his cop game is like tight. Like,
Right.
like that is the widest way of dealing with the police, right? Like,
But his
that
last
how-
name's Oliveira, so is he really invited in the White Club fist?
Oliveira, right? Look, isn't that Greek or Italian? Fucking white enough, mate.
Brazilian, isn't it?
Is it? I don't know. I mean,
I
you
live in
know.
a very Brazilian area. I hear Oliveira all the time being Brazilian. Chat.
Well, look, I'm
where's
just
that name from?
I'm just saying, right? Like, you know, the way he deals with those cops is like masterful, right? Like, you know, if you compare that to sort of, you know, the average melanated cop interaction video.
So
Portuguese, according to.
Oh, that's
according to the
why
chat.
that's why I say it's Brazilian, right?
Yeah, right.
Well, that's only one set of cops that he had to deal with. You're forgetting where he is. He's in a different area of the country.
Everyone's safe. Thank you.
I'm part of like Summer, which is
Yeah.
public.
Now he's gonna talk to this guy. The guy. There's one set of cops, but you gotta talk to two set of cops in this area.
Safety.
Yeah.
And we got multiple calls. Same reason why PD got calls.
Okay.
So that's it. We're just gonna follow you around. We're gonna let everybody know that they don't have to talk to you.
With the Shamrim police on our back, it felt like we were.
The Shamrim Emergency Services.
Yeah. Shomrim is the Mooish police. They have them here as well. You can go to like Mooish neighborhoods. They've got their own police. They've got their own fire
That's
department.
what I'd like to ask. Like, oh, we're just this little community. How do you have your own versions of the police in
Well, you see,
several
it's-
countries?
You see, it's very important, Artie, because they have a different set of laws. And so it's very, very important that they have police that know how to enforce those laws specifically. It's basically like the Muslims, you know?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, they're doing exactly what the Muslims do, except they're the ones allowing the Muslims to do it, and they're the ones allowing themselves to do it. So it's different when you allow your own in-group to do it. It really
makes me wonder where the Muslims got the idea that they could just do that, actually, you know?
Well, they
it's not
come up with
like
that
you know,
idea.
they were the original example of being able to like do that, you know?
Okay, this is great.
Gonna go. Okay. We're gonna shot a cop.
So this is just the real police now, okay?
We got the corrupt police pulling us over for what? We'll find out. We may be in a corrupt hellhole. Double cop car. We're getting pulled over. We got double police, potentially nothing better to do. Let's find out. We weren't speeding. We weren't violating the law from the best of my understanding.
You have your driver's license registration insurance?
Now, we heard how the other cop spoke to him, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean,
What
look,
are, what are the odds that this cop is I'm gonna come out and say it, that this cop is a moo?
doesn't he have like Hebrew on his badge?
Is it? It's
I mean,
356.
That is right, like Hebrew on his badge, right? Like that's a valve. Yeah, the writing on his badge.
Is there probable cause?
What? Are you messing with me?
No, I'm not.
Yes, there is.
What
We got a
exactly is
call.
that?
We got a call on our phones.
That's the police. This is the non-Mooish police, as far as I
I know.
understand.
I know. Like, look, wait until we get a shot of his
For
badge.
a suspicious person.
Hebrew on the
What's
badge.
suspicious about me?
With video cameras
There's nothing
in front of
suspicious
us.
about expressing our First Amendment right.
No, you're
though.
good.
So what
No,
am
no,
I being
it's
pulled
just
over for?
We got a call. Just so you know, you're being audio and visual.
Now, we have a call, but
About expressing our First Amendment right.
No, you're
though.
good.
So what am I being pulled over for?
We got a call.
look at the nose. Now, notice how he's acting as well, okay?
Just so you know, you're being audio and visual recorded.
Sure,
okay?
likewise.
So we got a call from dispatch.
Sure.
Saying there's a vehicle
Okay.
with two men in it, videotaping in front of a school. When we get a call for that, that's our probable cause.
Same thing that they do with the Muslims, where they just constantly call, constantly call. Which then wastes the police resources, and the police can't tell them to stop calling. All they can do is tell you to stop doing nothing.
This is a fucking Cloward Piven thing all over again.
Yep.
Stop you because they describe.
Weird how James Lindsay knows what that is, only in one direction though. Same energy, only in one direction is what James Lindsay should say.
Your vehicle, so I'm asking you. What's illegal about the fact that we're recording? There's nothing illegal about it.
Sure.
I don't care that you're recording because I'm recording too. I just don't know
All
who
ears.
you are. And I don't. But for my safety, I want you back in the car.
Well,
Okay. So
Yeah.
back to me talking to you.
my name's Tyler, by the way. How are
Jonathan
you?
Basillo. Nice to meet you, sir.
Good to meet you. Yeah.
I'm stopping you. Can I have your credentials, please?
Do I have an obligation to self-identify right now?
I need you to identify yourself on this stop.
Yeah, no, I totally get where you're coming from.
Yeah,
We're
it's a
filming all the
lawful stop
documentary
because they
piece.
described your vehicle to a T.
Totally get it. I'm just trying to figure out if there's
Can I
actual.
just ask you a question?
Yeah, I can tell you what we're up to. If that's...
I just want to know who you are.
Yeah, my name's Tyler.
Oh, very good. My name's
Yeah.
Jonathan. Like, explain that
Yeah,
to
good
you.
to meet you.
I stopped you.
Totally get it. Yeah, we're just talking about the changes in the town
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
We went to that school specifically
Okay,
because
but
it's shut down.
it's very. you see what I'm saying? Like when you have a
See the way he's acting? Yeah, I know, I know what you're saying, but we just got this call, so I just gotta. The way he's constantly pressing him, and how the other guy was like completely chill with him.
No,
So-
I don't think this cop is Mooish at all.
Really?
He because he looks scared as hell, right? And I think he's gotten the word, and if he doesn't like pull this off right, he's gonna get demoted.
Because they've had to like go out several times that day for like
Yeah,
the same
look.
thing. They're constantly getting calls, and so he has to
Yep.
make it stop, essentially, right?
Yeah.
The goodest Goy, so to speak.
My detector is pretty good. I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
camera in front of a school with kids. I mean,
can
if my
understand.
kids go to that school,
Sure.
I wouldn't want my kids to be video recorded.
Sure, we didn't enter the school. We were on the
confidentiality.
sidewalk,
It
basically,
doesn't
yeah.
matter if you're in a certain distance of a
Okay.
school.
Okay, sure. You can have it.
Just do me a favor. Keep your hands on the steering wheel when you do so. Thank you.
Hands on the steering wheel.
Yeah, I just don't know what's in the car. Like I said, I don't know
Come
who you are.
on.
I don't know who you are.
That seems a little extra.
No, that's
Definitely extra. But you can have it. There you go.
Thank you so much. I'm not saying I'm giving you a ticket or
Sure.
anything like that. I'm just
You
identifying.
got the badge, man. You do your thing.
No, it has nothing to do with having the badge or anything like that.
Stay near the car, okay? Don't come near us. is this slightly excessive? It's absolutely. It seems like a bully tactic going around.
Yeah, well, I don't know who placed that phone call.
How you doing, man?
You know what it's
How are you?
like. Did you ever see that movie Footloose?
Not in a long time.
It's like the town in Footloose, right? He goes into the town and the cops like just start hassling him because they don't like the look of him. But instead, it's like Mooish Footloose.
They can tell.
Getting pulled over. You know what we're up against? Small town police department, small town politics, lots of money. All right, so apparently the reason why these cops came out of thin air is because who just got called?
Well, we're going to find out. The council president just called me.
So who is Morty Bernstein?
Oh my god! You even have to ask Morty Bernstein. Fucking hell! Oh, wait! I got a 007 foot moose. Oh, nice one.
Morty, you should be barred from being in public office with that name. Are you kidding me?
Oh my god.
He looks like all he did was just shave the sideburns and just kept everything else. It's like, see, I'm different.
Is the council president in Jackson, New Jersey, and the most powerful man in the town.
Does he have the police in his pocket?
I don't think he has the police in his pocket at all, but the man does have an incredible amount of power. He's involved in political action committees with very rich and powerful developers, a lot of political connections.
Who are we messing with here right now, Chris? Was this a mistake? Is this video a mistake, man?
I'm going to be honest, the powers out here are pretty immense. Like I said, it goes up. You have billionaires from Lakewood being involved in what's going on in Jackson, people connected to the president of the United States.
If we zoom out, where does this all end?
Right now, it's gone to every town on the outskirts of Lakewood. They're buying up everything. Even if they're not occupying things are being bought up. I always say it's a real life game of Monopoly.
Well, the left hates it when the rich white men do that, don't they?
Oh yeah, gentrification. I believe they call that. You know.
But these billionaires buying up all these properties and not renting them out to people. They really hate it when that happens, don't they?
Well, what color are the people being dispossessed?
How do I keep forgetting that?
You're not asking the right question there, Artie.
So it's gone into Brick, and it's gone into Howell, and it's gone into Jackson and Toms River. Now it's going into Manchester. There are large portions of property being bought in South Jersey. We cannot keep up with this.
How do you combat a group of people chosen by God practicing rampant ethno-nepotism?
Here's a problem, bro. One Jewish dude in Manchester said to me this: you guys will never come together because you have no shared sense of purpose. And that hit me because he's fucking right. Jews have a shared sense of purpose in what their outcome's going to be. And that's to expand the religion, that's expand their people. We don't have a shared sense of purpose. We're too busy arguing with each other. We're too busy talking Trump. We're too busy yelling about ICE. We're too busy focusing on Epstein's list. We don't have a shared sense of what is America and what are we trying to accomplish together. Americans don't have a shared sense of purpose about America. Jews have a shared sense of purpose in what their outcome is going to be. The only way that you're going to stop it, and the only way you can fight back about it, is by getting people that have a shared sense of purpose in the numbers that matter. Getting enough people with their eyes open to say, holy shit, something has to be done here. You have to get rid of the R-Lupa laws. I don't think it's ever been challenged by the Supreme Court. It has to be taken to the Supreme Court. I think it violates.
And that's how he ends it, dude.
Interesting.
It's almost like you would need what's the quickest way? I don't know if the country was kind of built on these principles, but what do you think the quickest way to get everyone on the same page, no matter what color they are, to kind of fight back against this? What would you say it is?
Well, I mean, you could have a sort of soft ethno-nationalism, or you could come together against a common enemy. That works sometimes, but I think that's illegal.
It would need to be Christianity first, race second. I think is the approach that's developing, because even Nick Fuentes is saying Catholic first, race second, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is, because of all the different sects of Christianity, there's like so much arguing. I mean, I'm pretty sure this is even in the Protocols of Zion, actually. They're like talking about how like they've fractured Christianity like so much that there's no possible way that the Christians could ever unite. So you'd need to have like one faction of Christianity become like very dominant and or make peace.
Well, I think this is what Joel Webbin is doing with Nick Fuentes, having a Protestant talk to a Catholic, and they will admit they're like, yeah, we don't agree on that, but like that's not why we're here. So I feel like that is happening, but the number one seems to be orthodoxy, mainly because the ortho bros, okay, in the same way that an anti-communist calls themselves an anti-communist, it's like, well, right-wingers don't have to do that. Obviously, we're anti-communist. And then like ortho bros don't have to call themselves anti-Mooish, no, that's already built into the ideology that like, yeah, we're at odds with them. Like that's why the orthos like don't like Mooseberg like nearly to the same degree as like Groypers and shit like that, right?
Well, yeah, because the atheist Groypers, like they don't have a framework to fit it into.
That's what I'm saying. It has to be, the cohesion has to be in the most general sense Christianity.
The Christians already have a framework to explain Moodyism. Right? It's called the gospel. Like, you don't need to be like, oh my God, can you even believe this is happening? All the proper Christians are like, well, yeah, what did you expect? Right? What, you never fucking read the Bible? Like, I'm serious, right? Like,
no. Can you believe this is happening? Yeah, you locked us out of all fucking forms of power.
Yeah. Imagine that, right? Like, almost like you never read the fucking gospels, whatever, right?
We did it.
Right, yeah, we done. We got a couple more super chats.
Just, sure.
The last dribble of the stream. Aramate Discourse for $2. Thank you. Hey, can you restart the stream? Oh well, now's the perfect time to restart the stream. Just do another fucking 3 hours.
Brought to my attention earlier, but I guess so.
And King Spectre for $2. Thank you for the new profile picture. Holy shit.
That is a matter of record for posterity. That's hilarious. I do love that picture.
That's freaking hilarious. And that's it. That's the last super chat.
Fellas, I will be sending you to Rob Knorr, who is covering the State of the Union. And that is a great person to cover such a thing.
Oh, is it just going to be like Trump, like rambling about how no one likes him anymore?
I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's because you didn't do any of the shit you said you were going to do.
Hey, this is the same thing I do with Christianity. Like, if you want a little bit of orthodoxy, you go right over here. Hey, you want to do State of the Union? Hey, go right over to that guy, right? I don't have to be this all-in-one solution. Okay, I go, hey, that guy's talking about that. I don't give a shit about that, but that guy's talking about it, and that guy's cool. So life can be that easy sometimes,
All right, we out. Thank you, fellas. We have the best fellas. Thank you for everyone who likes Super Chatted. We will be back on Friday night. Take care of yourself, everyone.
Have a good night, fellas. Oh, that's going to be my birthday. We got to do something special for my birthday, okay? It's the big 4-0. I love saying that. It's just going to be a regular show. So we're just going to do a regular show.
We'll do a special like birthday show for you, mate.
What does that
even
mean?
It has to be done.
What? Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then I had to make a wish. Something to happen. Think it'll ever happen. All right, fellas. Have a good night. Thanks for hanging out.
Good night, fellas.